Louis, led by its owner, 8-year NFL vet, Pierre Desir. We have a 40-yard turf field, college-style weight room, red light sauna, and a state-of-the-art recovery room to service all of your athletes' needs. For more info, check out hustleandheartsportsperformance.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and does not provide tax advice.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
This is Eric Conley, the founder of Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, our substance abuse treatment goes beyond mere recovery. It's about reclaiming lives filled with purpose, joy, and connection. Our dedicated facility is more than just a place of healing. It's a beacon of hope for individuals seeking to reintegrate into society and thrive in their work, family, and community roles. Our team is ready to help. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
707 in St. Louis, you are listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome to the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. And Doug, as we do our traditional contest of predicting the score of tonight's Missouri-Murray State opener, we welcome people to call in their predictions at 636-9004-TMA on the Collier and Thompson phone lines. Text in to the Schaefer Door Company text inbox 314-881-TMA5 and email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day and give your predictions.
You want our predictions now?
No, we want a big build-up at 9:50 to increase time spent listening.
Gotcha.
So people stay tuned until 9:50 to find out what our predictions are.
Okay, we'll keep them close to the vest. I'm not wearing a vest today, but if I were, I would keep it very close to the vest.
I always thought it was close to the chest.
I did too, Iggy.
I believe it's vest.
When you call in and give your prediction, just announce if it's close to the vest or chest.
Okay. Chest would make more sense, but I believe the term is close to the vest.
How many vests do you own, Finance Bro?
Couple, 3.
Yeah.
I like that couple, 3. It's game day, boys. Leave it all on the field tonight, except you, Doug. You save some to leave in my butt during
Okay, don't need that. Not this early, we don't.
So at like 8, you like it?
Usually we get some sort of message of kindness and generosity from Jakey, the Snakey, or whoever the hell he is. He usually says something nice to us. And now we got to deal with this. At least I do.
At the top of the YouTube chat, he said, "Morning, boys."
Well, that's not enough. That's not. It's the same guy.
Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month, Jake Reynolds. July 2023.
Good morning.
We got a new one coming here in a matter of a couple days.
Yep.
So you can be the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month for August. Just go to tmastl.com. Milagro, a brighter side of tequila. Welcome to it.
Papal Conclave on Tuesday.
All right, that we're going to do it.
And that consists of a quick text from you saying, who do you want?
Yep.
We vote.
And then one of us, I guess what, 4 or 5 of us, is chairman vote?
I believe chairman voted in the last one.
Well, sure, let him vote.
Well, we need 5 as a better number for voting purposes.
Let's try. All right, well.
Okay. Well, that'll be exciting.
Yeah, and we had like a girl call in once, I think, this month, so she
she's
probably
the winner.
won.
I think 2. I think we had 2 girls call in.
Oh, what about Sharon and Clayton?
She's been texting in. But there was the Worson Woods Wacko's daughter who called in.
Oh, yeah.
Seemingly like she was coached, but who can tell?
No, she's a passionate listener of this show. So many sororities in Columbia listen to this.
And then the woman who told us about Stephen A. Smith being on Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
So big August.
Boy, I sure didn't know that until she
It's
said
a great
that.
way to wrap up the summer.
Yeah.
But they have to register.
Correct.
A lot of these people could win, but they don't register. I don't know why
Got to
you
go to
wouldn't.
tmastl.com. Knock it out.
Yeah.
Takes, 2 minutes? Hell, I don't know.
Less.
You can keep your anonymity.
Yeah.
And we know that is incredibly important. Doug, you respect that?
I don't. You keep your anonymity because you're doing something wrong. What do you care if people know who you are if you're behaving yourself?
I think a lot of our listeners have a lot to lose.
Well, they would if their employers found out who they were, what they were saying.
Great job, Timmy, on Channel 5 last night. Are you gunning for Frank's job? That's from the 314. I guess it's kind of calling me out, and that's fine. I have wanted to go back into local television since leaving in February of 2005. And so, Doug knows that's where the money is.
Yeah. That's why I'm still in it.
Were you on Channel 5?
I don't know what newscast, a gentleman who is a loyal listener of, at the very least, Balloon Party, but I also think TMA, by the name of Holden Kerwicki.
Holden Klawicki.
We've had him
Kerwicki.
on Balloon Party, I believe.
Yeah.
Balloon Party or TMA, Becca Kevin.
He was a sportscaster, I believe, in Louisville. Doug, do you say Louisville or Louisville?
I say Louisville.
But it's Louisville.
I never say Louisville.
And now is an anchor and reporter at KSDK. Wanted to interview me on Cardinals, state of the Cardinals, attendance, those types of things. So after I did a sound story, he set up shop right where you're sitting, Jack.
Is that right?
Yeah, I saw someone sent me a Snapchat of, they're like, oh, there's Tim. I walk in and there's Tim on my television set.
No fooling.
What newscast, you know?
Channel 5.
Well, I know that, but they have them like throughout the day.
It was an earlier one.
Is that right? Yeah, I think that's probably playing more to the women. They know the women are watching.
Yeah.
4.
Mm-hmm. And we're not even in ratings. I expect when the ratings period comes along, they'll want you on every day.
They'll probably.
Yeah.
Local broadcast hero, Tim McKernan.
Stop
It's
it.
Senator Chris Gardner to you.
Broadcast hero. Has there ever been a broadcast hero in the history of this business? has any broadcaster ever been a real hero?
I feel like those embedded in like wars.
I like that play. I like that as an answer.
Those are heroes. Like if you're embedded with a military group covering it, like a major war or any war, really.
I'm sure there's been some broadcasters that have been in the war.
Yeah, but I'm talking about heroes for something you broadcasted.
Yeah, I think the embedded military broadcasters.
Maybe some weather guys who are giving an early heads up on a tornado or something.
Who's the guy on Weather Channel who has to go out there and avoid debris flying at his head?
Jim
Cantori. Yeah, he might be a hero.
I'd register for Listener of the Month, but you dolts would just give it to an employee. That's from the Loomster, and he is not happy with the process.
Hasn't he? I feel like he's won.
There's been a very limited history of us giving awards to employees.
Nonsense. Pish posh is what I say.
Caller Jen has my vote. I offered to my wife after church on Sunday, and she said she'd only bang if Tim was there banging. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves.
Just
What a
goes on and
conversation
on.
at church.
Just goes on and on and on.
You ever had that conversation after church, Doug?
Never have, no.
Walk out, greeting everybody, talk to the pastor, and then try to set up a threesome with Tim and a recovering alcoholic's wife?
I haven't done that.
Jackson and I were talking about this. I think this was QFTA. Maybe it was Balloon Party. If we were going to have sex with another guy present, it would have to be a stranger.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
that was Balloon Party.
Someone you'll never see again.
Opened with it.
For example, Ella Reese. We're all fans of Ella Reese. She does wonderful work.
Is this what you guys talked about after church?
This is Balloon Party.
Oh.
And I said, if she were to DM me, and she does, and say, hey, I would like you to impale me this afternoon.
Oh, gosh.
However, any member of this program would also be penetrating. I would have to say, I think I'm not going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
It's the fact of like.
But if it's just some random, for whatever reason, I think I'm going to be able to navigate that.
Yeah, if you know you'll never see the person again, that's one thing. But when you have to like, you have a meeting the next day and that person's going to be present, it's going to be awkward.
But
when you slide them a coaster.
He probably, life being what it is, he probably would start to show up everywhere you go. You'd see him.
Yeah.
See him in your dreams, probably.
No, I can do it with a guy watching. I don't think I can do it with another guy participating, like right next to me.
What if the person watching is naked as a jaybird?
Well, they always are.
Is that right? Are they pleasuring themselves?
I think one guy might have started to, but they just sat there and watched.
Man, the arena.
Chairman Steve says eye contact over the top of the Eiffel Tower. I don't think I could do it. So there it is. I just went to KSTK's website, and they have a Chiefs tab under sports.
Oh.
Hashtag Our Town and that industry are on the same traj. Good morning, Sharon. That's from Al in Dadeville. All right, I got to check that out.
Well, we're part of the Chiefs broadcast area now. We get all their games.
Congratulations, Clark. Nice vote.
People from St. Louis suck.
Hey, come on.
That's not true, Al in Dadeville. I don't see that. I see Cardinals City High School Outdoor Locked On Podcast Network.
There should be a McKernan tab if you were on there last night.
I kind of agree with that. That's why I actually went to look. Blues College Motor Olympics. There's no Chiefs tab.
Yep. Maybe he's talking about Doug's big channel.
Oh, Doug. What about your big
that could
channel?
be, 'cause
Let's take a look at that.
They show most of the games,
Yeah.
if not all of them.
Yep. Doug's big channel.
Oh,
You got a lot of explaining to do, mister.
Change that when we go in today.
Well,
I'm not going in today. I don't work there.
I don't think that's as bad as still having the Olympics tab up there on Channel 5. That was over 2 weeks ago.
I'm television's own Doug Chandler Hill. Yeah. I would hazard a guess that the Chiefs games on Channel 4 are probably the highest rated shows they have of the week.
what about Sports Sunday?
Yeah. Second place. So you guys are all disappointed in my channel?
Yeah, big time.
Well, I think now that, isn't it true that if you don't have a team, they send you what's available and the station picks what game to put on?
Pretty much. I think.
So you wouldn't put the Chiefs on if they weren't drawing.
Right, the Chiefs are the biggest draw in this area. Whether we like it or not, that's just the reality of it.
Probably be one of the bigger draws in any market that doesn't have an NFL team.
Yeah. Oh, the alternative would be the Bears. Anybody here interested in Chicago Bears?
Iggy, he's been watching
Iggy,
Hard
Caleb
Knocks.
Williams.
Yeah, I'm a big fan now.
Oh, gosh.
Roma Dunze.
No.
It's his time.
Keenan.
Well, they got some receivers.
See? Look at that.
Okay, they're not going to show the Bears games. They aren't. That would be a Fox presentation.
Yeah.
Oh, now
the
Alan
People
Dadeville
Station.
sending a screenshot, but it's not on a tab, so it might be on KSTK. Let me see. I'm
I'm a big Alan Dadeville guy.
I am. That's the thing.
It's-
So you click on sports, Doug. There's Nolan Arenado celebrating with Lars Nootbaar.
Where are you?
Locked on. Yeah, exactly. Locked on Cardinals. Locked on Blues. Locked on Sports Today. Cardinals, Blues, high school sports, college, Olympics. I don't see it.
Looks like Alan
I wonder if
Dadeville.
I have a filter on this.
Yeah, it might be because Alan Dadeville, by the screenshots on the mobile version of the website. and maybe,
I'm on my lab.
Yeah, that might be different than the desktop version.
It could be Clark Hunt is mad at you and doesn't want you to see the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
because I
Specific.
called that play out on
Right.
January of 2016. But hey, tip of the cap, it worked. You know.
Oh, yeah, like a charm.
Text in 314-881-TMA5. That's the Schaefer Door Company text inbox. Call in 636-9004-TMA. Collier and Thompson phone lines and email in. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Down the stretch we come. Buck Swope with a 1-goal lead on the JV golf coach. What happened to the JV golf coach after his strong start?
I don't know.
I mean, he was up 3-0, and now he's won 1 time since, and Buck Swope's won 5 times since.
Is it possible he has Lyme disease?
Oh.
He hasn't texted in as much or emailed in.
No,
but when
he has.
when he does, it's usually the same poop stuff.
Oh.
I think that's probably going to be tough to convert into wins.
Mm.
But I guess some guys like scat emails.
Oh, but why? Why would you do that day after day? A grown man teaching young junior varsity golfers. Why would you resort to that as your go-to?
We can't get too detailed, but we can say he prefers to be treated like a dog and also a toilet.
He prefers that.
That's correct. I like that use. As opposed to he would like to, he prefers to. Hey, faux Chiefs fans, drink bleach from a scalding hot, poison-coated, razor blade-rimmed cup. Losers. That's from the 636.
Oh, gosh.
Alan Dadeville acknowledges the mobile version may be different. That's what we. Scott Sprinkle Ballsack, but not his wife, says, Tim, if I'm the guy, could we get this done? The offer's still on the table. Also, I promise I would not beat off while sitting on the office chair. So
gosh.
That's an invite. A lot of invites coming in for us to sleep with people today, Doug. It's great.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to take him up on it, are you?
I can text my wife real quick. I don't know if it would. I mean, I would assume she's going to say no. But
Yeah.
you got to put pucks on net, don't you?
I would think so.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
is
you
that
go.
her?
That was her.
Yeah, pass if ever, yeah.
Pass on. I thought you were a big Scott Sprinkle Ballsack's wife. fan.
Oh, yeah, but I'm giving up on listeners.
You've given up on all listeners?
You're done with the listeners. Wow.
No,
We got
no.
breaking news. I buried the lead.
No, not with...
That really leaves us with no show.
Not with hanging out, being nice to them, just going to bed.
You're done going to bed with listeners. How often has that happened?
I'm pretty much
in the
done going to
past?
bed with everybody.
But how many listeners have you gone to bed with?
Too many.
Too many? How many?
Too many.
How many would that be?
It could be 1, it could be 20. It's too many.
Huh?
No, I like being nice to listeners and hanging out. I just don't want to get too involved anymore.
And they can't resist your charms, a lot of the listeners?
Yeah, it's not like they're
banging
beating
down,
down
your
my door to come over, but...
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Loomstree, you wouldn't win anyway. Shut up, you little cuck. Some beer cats. So they're sideways. Wasn't Merle naked when he filmed Iggy with his wife, Terry Weigel? That's from Minute Bowl eligible.
Yeah, but he didn't participate.
So he's just filming. He wasn't pleasuring
Yeah,
himself.
I have no clue why he was naked.
Where is that footage?
Yeah, did that ever get released to the public? Doug, would you watch it if it did?
No.
Okay.
It's in the same place as Wet Pink.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
I don't believe so, because I don't think they had a distributor. They were doing it on their own, just...
MGM turned him down.
Well, normally you could get Vivid or somebody to do it, but I think she was just they wanted to try some. She was going to sleep with a different person in every city that she featured in. Just a random guy. She happened to know me and said, "You want to do it?" I said, "Sure." Figuring it wouldn't come out and I could have sex with Terry Weigel.
How was the sex?
It was good.
Was it really?
Yeah, she doesn't fake. She gets into it.
Oh,
you know, she's one of those screamers that every video is just scream, scream, scream. And she was, of course, now we were filming it, so maybe she was faking it. I don't know, but
Can you contact her now and try to get that video?
I have a number. I doubt it's any good.
Give it a whirl.
She's kind of dropped out of circulation since Merle passed away.
Like how old do you think Terry Weigel is? I'm going to guess.
I would say 58.
I like that play. I was going to say 61, so I'm not going to Price is Right you. Doug, you want to venture?
I have no idea. I'll say 59.
Oh, he Prices Right again.
Yeah.
62, yes!
Okay.
Oh, how about this? Isn't this fun? Merle was spelled Murrill. I would have gone Merle.
Yeah.
But this is fun, isn't it?
Very good time.
It makes the whole story funnier that the guy's name is Merle.
Merle, like Morel.
He did a few scenes. I think before he met Terry, he was doing some porn.
Oh. Well, the fan page would enjoy it if you could show a little snippet of that video.
I don't know where it's at.
Call her.
Died on June 4th, 2015 in Palm City, Florida, Doug. It's only 63 bills.
It's Palm City.
I believe that's on the Atlantic side. Is that north of Palm Beach or south of Palm Beach? I know you got two places on Palm Beach now.
It's just north of Jupiter Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's one of the
a bad area.
I mean, there's been quite a few porn stars that go mainstream, but she was in mainstream quite a bit. She was on like 4 episodes of Married with Children. And she was the Playmate of the Month. She's the only one to ever go from Playboy to porn.
How about that?
That's hard to believe.
Like Clooney going from ER to movies.
That's hard to believe.
Stephen Wildwood is putting out a big announcement. Well, there's a lot of big announcements. It's only 7:25. This might be a best of waiting to happen. I will put it out there. I will sleep with listeners, but I need pictures. Females only. DM me so I can show my wife to see if she approves. No beaver shots, but I would like to see the fun bags. It's Chairman Stephen Wildwood. So if you are interested, Stephen Wildwood will sleep with you. That's great to hear.
That's not one of the listeners you've slept with, is it, Iggy?
Who's Stephen Wildwood?
Yeah.
He's a guy.
Yeah. Well, you said there could be many.
Well, he wouldn't be one.
Okay.
Banging everything left and right.
All right.
Sure, I'll get a picture if he hasn't already.
But he's putting himself out there.
Yep, he is. Got to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck to him.
Yeah.
He'll get some hits.
From guys.
Probably.
Oh, probably.
Could you have sex in the same room as your buddy? My roommate and I would both be having sex in the same bunk bed at the same time while at Mizzou. That's from caller Buzz. And as you know, Doug, he won the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month in June 2023.
Something about bunk bed, it seems like it would be a little better because while you're closer in proximity, not being able to have that visual of the other person, seems like it would probably be better.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of that goes on in college.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think that may be the first time that I ever got naked and started having sex in front of somebody else. Was when I was dating a girl who went to Lindenwood, and she had a friend. So me and my buddy Gary Cruz went over to their dormitory, and we decided to play strip poker. And whoever the first two to go out had to have sex.
Oh, gosh. And the girls agreed to these rules?
Yeah, they did.
Sporting
is right. And I was first, and second was the girl I was dating, her friend. We just started going out in bed, and the other two still had their clothes on, and then she started getting mad. I don't like this game. I said, well, you lost. You got to leave.
Boy, you drove a
I just
tough
started doing it
bargain.
right in front of both of them. Yeah. And that was the end of that relationship.
Yeah.
Morning Zero Chance Buzz got laid in college. That's from Kwame Voyukas IV.
He tells us that he had sex while he was wearing the Truman the Tiger outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he claims. Or at least the hat, the helmet thing.
There were a lot of guys hiding in closets and watching the sex when I was at Mizzou. I never did it, but others did. Huh. Guys would hide in closets to watch guys have sex?
Watch the sex.
I feel like
That's right, thank you.
Depending on what time this person went to Mizzou, and in all fairness, I never stayed in any of the dorms, but I always felt like they were open closets. Like they didn't have like shutters or doors on them.
Oh yeah.
Like the old Laws and Lathrop in that area.
Yeah.
Those definitely didn't, because I used to stay there.
And that's because people were watching all the time, so
Yeah.
they removed the closet doors?
Anti-sex closets.
Anti-sex closets, I like that.
BYU situation.
Boys, having sex in front of others is something you have to get over very quickly if you want to swing. That's from the Swing Haven board member.
I would think so.
Oh, that's awesome.
When I was at Mizzou, there was boys' dorms and there was girls' dorms. They didn't have.
There's still a
same-
girls. There's still a girls' dorm.
Are they?
But there's one girls' dorm, Johnston.
But most of them are like every other floor or something.
I never stayed in any of the dorms, so I'm not positive.
What do you think the promiscuity was compared, like your era, Tim, and Jackson's era?
I tell myself that all women now are into women, and that I just missed my window by about 5 years.
Yeah.
But Jackson tells me that is just not the case.
I mean, I didn't see like any indications, but I also don't have a frame of reference. I think you would actually have a better frame of reference if you were to be like, if I were to shoot some video for you and then show it to you.
That I could tell when Sappho's is alive?
There would be times where like women would be like grinding on each other. Really? And maybe the isolated makeout session. But those were very few and far between. Usually only after like big home wins.
Oh, it had to do with the football success?
Yeah. Like Barry Odom takes care of, Mo State and everyone's hooking up.
I don't know that that's true.
It's hot.
Yeah, like Middle Tennessee State comes to town, you lose. Everyone's
no one's
straight.
in the mood.
Yeah, everyone's
just
just hooking up with the opposite sex.
It's a hormone killer.
How about this? Harrison's brother Master says he wants to bet $1,000 that the story Iggy just told was a lie. Iggy, are you interested in?
I will have Gary Cruz call in, but he lives in Hawaii.
So he's probably just going to bed.
He can verify the story. I'm not going to out the other two girls. Well, the other girl, I don't even know who she is. The one girl I still talk to
Gil
on
Volva?
Facebook. No.
Young sex has gone down significantly in recent years. That's from Augustus, James, and Anus.
I'm just
How would
curious.
he know that?
Yeah, that's kind of what you do. What are you basing that on? Like
Nothing.
Birthing rate?
Nothing.
Because I couldn't tell you what would be the other reason. I mean, there's like articles every day and like whatever week publication about like, is sex dying? And then there's also like, it's a sex renaissance, a brat summer. I don't know.
Yeah. Just depends on the assignment you were given by the website you write for.
I think the level of promiscuity is similar. However, the freakiness of the sex is a lot crazier. Guys having sex with guys, girls having sex with girls, and threesomes. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood, and I guess he did a Gallup poll on his fan page, and that is the result.
No, I think there was still some of that back then, but people weren't coming out of the closet. You're talking about gay people.
Chairman, are you talking about gay people?
Guys having sex with guys, girls having sex with girls. It's gay and lesbian. I just don't think they were showing it off as much back then.
I think all of it has gone on since the beginning of human history.
You don't think there a 30-year gap is going to make a big difference in the sexual evolution?
No.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Lots of live Sapphos occurred post-bridge with my darling ladies yesterday. That's from the self-made stay-at-home Laduma.
Post-bridge? They played bridge? That's a card game they used to play like 50 years ago.
Is that higher than Mahjong?
I don't know. My parents were in a bridge club. I could never figure it out.
That's
But
big.
this
in
Ledoux mom is still playing bridge.
It's big in that area. When I worked at St. Louis Country Club, I had to work the card room every once in a while. The old ladies would have their little bridge games going on.
Mm-hmm. I never figured out how to play.
My ex-girlfriend went to Mizzou, and her friends used to love to feel each other's fun bags after
Oh.
some cocktails. But to be fair, they all looked and weighed like the 99 Rams O-line, so it wasn't that hot. Thanks. That's from Flip Wilson.
There you go.
Tribbing is tribbing.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the name of the show.
It looked like Adam Timmerman.
Tom Newton, umlaut.
You know? Mike Rittadorio.
I don't know. I've said that I didn't lose my virginity till my first spring break year, and that was in the back seat of a car. But I don't think anybody when I was in high school was actually having sex. They were making out, and they would maybe get to second base. But nowadays, I mean, God, they're having sex when they're 15, 16 years old.
Yeah. I know it's a problem in the middle school restrooms.
People hooking up?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How How in God's name does Steve know about any of this? Isn't he like 60 with grandkids and sits at the pool drinking till he passes out on his couch, waking up at 3 a.m. to jerk it before going back to bed?
Oh.
Susie Cream Cheese, not happy and probably not a member of the Chairman Steve and Wildwood fan page.
He has children closer than my age, though, so maybe he does. Yeah, there's a couple kids in
He's
college.
got grandkids, right?
Yeah, he's got grandkids, so he's got kids my age. So I think, I'm not saying he's any expert, but to say he's completely clueless on it, I think is also a little off base.
My son had a destination wedding, and I would say there were about 4 threesomes that I heard of. That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood. God bless him.
4 threesomes?
That's just so
At
great.
one destination wedding?
That's most of the wedding party there.
Yeah.
And how would you know?
Listen to this crowd.
Yeah, the crowd. At least you're.
How would you know
stuff about it?
Did you see them all doing it, or
The chatter, the next day chatter.
You think Chairman Steve was there peeking?
Yeah, how are you going to know that 4 people hooked up?
Omelet station the next day. That's where it all goes down.
The omelet station. Let's all gather at the omelet station.
And all 4 of the people are right there by him talking about the same thing?
It would likely be, if there was 4 threesomes going on, you're a lot more than 4 people.
Guys, double-ended dillies are big in the girl-on-girl play within the LS. That's from Swinghaven board member. He's very active this morning.
Gosh.
The Schaefer Door Company text inbox. My wife is very open about having made out with all of her sorority sisters at St. Louis University in the early 10s, but adamant nothing more happened. It's a shame, really. It's from Bill Haywood.
Twins manager and owner.
Yep.
Joe, as you would call them, MFFs.
Yeah. Male, female, female. Correct. As opposed to the more popular male, male, female.
That's not the more popular one.
There were about 175 people, and Jackson is correct. That's from Steve in Wildwood.
175 people, 12 of them hooked up, and they were all standing around the omelet bar, all talking about the same thing.
Having 175 at a wedding, a destination wedding, seems like a lot, depending on the destination.
It is
I
a
guess.
lot.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that is aggressive. Must have been some cash.
You get to that number pretty quickly, though.
Steve is now the official D-bag of TMA. Lady Sonia's teacup now, going against the chairman. Bold. Why does Iggy refer to it as his first spring break year? Like it's some sort of Hoosier
Quinceañera.
Well, because I went to 3 spring breaks, so it was the first one I went to, my first year spring break.
Your first spring break year is the first year you go on spring break. It's not a Lee May bar mitzvah, you old doofus.
Oh.
Doug, that's from Arbor Day, who won Texture of the Year.
A Lime bar mitzvah.
I can't imagine there are a lot of those.
No.
Maybe I just got the words. I should have just switched a couple of the words.
Who's your
First year I went to
quinceañera?
spring break, not spring break first year.
Oh my God. Arbor Day brings the heat.
The destination was Branson. That's from the 314.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like 175. I get what you're saying. Like you get to 175 quickly, but I feel like that's in your hometown. To get to, like, if it's in Mexico, getting
You gotta travel.
175 people, that seems like aggressive.
I don't know 175 people. If I got married, I probably had 30 people show up.
Well, you start inviting all your family, and then you go to their kids and cousins and your close neighbors and your close friends, and then the other side of the family does that, and you get to a pretty high number pretty quick.
Yeah, Niggs, if you got married at 35, you'd certainly have a good amount of people there. Probably different now.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends when I was younger.
You think you'll ever get married, Iggy?
Hell no.
Oh, gosh. Ever close? You ever come close?
What do you consider close?
You thought about proposing?
Yeah, Laura Patterson.
No.
I mean, we never got that far, but...
How about this? Breaking news, Jackson. You're about to learn about one of your close friends.
All right.
Sugar Mama and I were in a wedding in the Keys last summer. 2 threesomes were happening simultaneously post-reception. How's that possible? I mean, wouldn't that, at that point, just be a sixsome? Is my nurse on that?
Well, they could have 2 different locations.
No, I guess so. But, I mean, how do you know? Is there a drone?
Yeah,
Make
again,
it up.
Again, he's just... You can't possibly know at the same time they're going on unless you got your head on a swivel.
Well, you could go from hotel room to hotel room, maybe.
Well, I'm sure they got the doors shut, so how do you know?
So we turned it into one big orgy, my first one. That's Sweet Sweet Kai.
Sometimes they don't shut the doors. You've taught us that. May I come in?
That's at swingers places. This was a wedding. It wasn't a swingers convention.
Well, Apparently, they had a pretty swinging good time.
Jackson, did you know about Sweet Sweet Kai's orgy?
No, text me, Sweet Sweet Kai, and text me off, privately, right to
Oh.
my phone, and give me the lowdown, because I don't know what you're talking about.
These
but-
could have been your friends, or you could have been involved.
Yeah, like Gareth and Sweet Sweet Kai could have exchanged fluids.
Well, this show is like kind of like a parasite that's taken over my brain. So I've always joked with Sweet Sweet Kai and his lovely girlfriend that they're always swapping, like because they have another friend who are couples and they're always visiting each other, and I'm always joking that they're swapping.
You think
left
they're
and right.
swapping?
Well, I always joke about it, but if this is true, then I feel like I'm Nostradamus. So Sweet Sweet Kai text me.
Yeah, I think they're swingers.
Now I can see why people don't believe any of my stories, because I don't believe any of these stories, so I guess we're even.
Doug, we got a beverage. It's the TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and
Hang in there. Coriander. Okay.
A cross between an American wheat and a Belgian wheat. The refreshing ale is made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh, whole oranges. Head to any Salt and Smoke, oh hey, location to try the TMA Banty Brew. Head to tmastl.com to see the can and find a participating location to try it for yourself. The Banty Brew, available at Salt and Smoke. Check it out. TMA merch, that hat is right there. It's the most popular selling one. Mike Flanagan sent me the numbers on the hats. Look at that thing. It is a sharp look.
Oh, good looking
I'm going to
hat,
go with the navy one, I believe.
I like that navy rope cap.
Yeah, you're going to go rope. I'm just going to go navy.
I like the look of that one too.
Yeah.
It's like a darker navy. Which
Yeah.
I think that's a sharp look.
So they got the patches, and they are standing by to be able to create the hats and turn them around quickly. TMASTLshop.com is where you can get your stuff, and take a look at that for those of you watching on the YouTube, or maybe you go back and you take a gander as Jackson holds up and kind of caresses that cap.
It's malleable too. Like I like.
You like that, Doug? It's
No,
malleable.
don't say
I like that.
Well, I
That was
like
the
a
right
little-
thing
How
to
about
say.
you can fold it? How about that?
All right. It's malleable, and I like my bill a little bit more curved, and it's workable.
Yeah. Okay.
Does the blue cap have the same emblem?
What's that?
I believe it's all the same emblems,
same
because Billy Bixon down with the Pilgrims created that patch.
Yeah.
And so what they do now that Mike Flanagan has, what is it, Doug? A hat press?
I think so.
Takes the patch, puts it on those hats that are malleable, and then presses them on there. Yeah. So
Malleable,
Billy
yeah.
Bixon ordered a bunch of patches, and I believe they'd be able to get these hats out ASAP.
And the logo always features Earl, the Banty Rooster.
That's right, Earl the
Earl.
Banty Rooster. That's the. But I know we need to reorder because we went through the here. You want to hear a breakdown of the most popular ones?
Oh, sure.
Number one, the Trucker Gray and White that Jackson just held up. The Rope Hat Navy is second most popular. The Navy Trucker, that's the one that I like, 18. Navy White, and then Stepdad Blue.
What makes this blue stepdad?
It's not as structured, I guess.
Yeah, the hat is what's the stepdad hat.
Iggy's
The
kind of
colors
wearing a
is blue.
stepdad hat, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, these are the ones I like, because they kind of fit your head, the material, and they don't like the trucker hat.
It's unstructured.
It's different than the trucker.
Unstructured hat.
But why would it be called a stepdad?
Well, the actual name of like the hat style is called a dad hat. But of course, if you're going to TMA it up, it's going to be a stepdad hat.
I like the rope hat. If I order that, what is that material? Is that similar to a stepdad hat, or
Closer to a trucker, but it's not. It doesn't have like a mesh back.
I think with Tim, I'm just going to go with the stepdad hat.
There you go. Well, I'm not on a stepdad.
Oh, you're the trucker hat.
I'm the trucker.
And all navy.
Sweet, sweet Kai, I bet at this quote-unquote orgy, all the ladies ran a train on you with each one of their strap-ons. That's from the Horse and Woods Wacko.
Come on now.
Damn, Sweet Sweet technically told me and the listeners about his orgy before he told his friend Jackson. Mi dama es su dama, Kai. That's from Mr. Big Cream.
I can imagine that means my woman is your woman, Chairman. Senor?
Kurt!
Sorry, I was answering the phone.
Oh, a lot of calls coming in?
Just the one.
Oh, what do we got?
DraftKings Cal.
Oh, Doug, DraftKings Cal's on the Callier and Thompson phone lines. Good morning, DraftKings Cal.
Ooh, okay. Hello, Cal.
Hey, are you guys accepting complaints today?
Of course we are.
Sure.
I mean, that's essentially what we do for a couple of decades.
It is a weekday.
That's fair. It's fair. All right, I have a couple. Not really sure who to, All right. Sorry, there's there's a leaf situation going on over here.
Spit it out.
Not sure who to direct this to. Well, I mean, I could tell him I'm driving and this guy is blowing leaves on the side of the road. Well, first, let me start with this. KG is so pleasant when you call in. He's so kind.
Okay, that's a nice compliment.
Yeah, wonderful.
Just like to give him a shout out. He was like, "How's Austin?" We talked a little bit about comedy. He said, "Good to hear from you." It's just a really good way to start the Thursday.
How about that?
So,
People
shout
ought
out
to call in to lift their spirits
Yeah,
and just talk with the chairman.
Now he's going to let one of us have it.
Jake is a little much. He seems like a nice guy. It's a little much. He needs to tone it back a little bit. But moving on to my complaints, that was not one of them. I think it's BS that I can't be a part of the listener rewards fiasco from Austin. Like it says, not available in your area. I wanted to enter the Ascension thing because I legitimately would like come up for it. My parents still live there. Like I could just crash with them, and it won't let me be a part of it. What the hell's up with that, Jackson?
It's above my pay grade, bro. That's set up by Hubbard Management.
We don't want any outsiders.
I don't pick and choose who gets to be eligible. I wish I could help you out, but I truly cannot.
My guess would be is that if somebody from out of town would win and doesn't come in and pick up their prize, it goes to waste. They'd rather have somebody here that can actually attend these things. You know, you could probably
Hasn't that
come.
been going
That's
on for,
right,
like
but
20 years.
you could come in. That's probably right. But there's, how many people would actually win something and fly in or drive in for something like that? You know what I mean?
I do, but haven't people been like winning prizes and not claiming them for like 20 years on the show?
Yeah, but I mean, now the show is at a different place, and so this is a Hubbard policy, not a TMA policy.
All right, well, if you could put that in, Iggy, if you could just like email the entire Hubbard staff and let them know, that'd be helpful. And then I have one other thing.
Well, if you want to come in, I'll get you a couple tickets if you want to come in.
Look at that.
Oh, how are you going to get tickets?
I mean, if I can't get them, I'll buy them for them. If you want to come in, I'll
Wow,
take care of 'em.
how about
Really?
that?
Yeah, come on, you're
DraftKings
not going
Cal?
to do that. You're no more going to buy some stranger tickets to a golf tournament.
Yeah, he wanted to register and he couldn't. So if you really want to come in for this tournament, I'll get you a couple tickets.
So now it's on you.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Just let me know.
Even if it's a couple $100?
I don't think it's a couple $100.
$100.
Well, I just offered.
Did you
if you
just have an influx of like cameos come in? Like I've never heard you offer to pay for anything. I've been listening to the show since 2014. This is a big moment for me. I feel honored.
Well, if you just text me or DM me if you want to come in, I'll take care of you.
This is huge.
Whoa.
One more thing.
The Lord Jesus.
Well, you know what? I'm going to drop that one because Iggy was so kind to me,
Yeah, I
and
knew
it's
there was one
directly
coming
into
this
him.
way.
Oh, so wow, that was a meta play by you, Iggy. You sensed that something was coming.
I knew so. He's never called in and not trashing about something, so I just took care of it.
Wow. Tip of the cap on that. Very nice. He essentially bought Cal's silence right there, Doug. Wow, sharp play.
No, if you got something to say, go ahead. I don't care.
Well done, Ken. Yeah, the whistle snooting is it's so bad.
Okay.
It's so bad.
Oh, that got him. That got him about 8% crestfallen.
Well, I don't know, because I
And listen.
purposely turn the mic
Listen.
that way and talk to it. When I'm not talking, I'm looking this way. So
Well, listen, we only share criticisms with those that we love. I think we can all agree on that. And I love Iggy, and I want the best for him. And if the whistle snooting continues, I don't know what that's going to do for the show. And Jackson, I know you were working on it, and you and Licks had an ongoing wager. How's that going?
Well, this is a tough spot for old Jackson here.
Oh,
Dougie third-personed himself.
he really did.
Mr. Licks just said it's been 6 months. He just texted in. He
So
was waiting.
it's been a tough spot for old Jackson right now, and I'm going to choose to take the blame and say I've fumbled it.
Oh, interesting, Doug. By saying I'm choosing to take the blame, it
So-
indicates that he doesn't really feel like it's his blame, but he's...
He's going to fall.
yeah. So
under
in other
Right, yeah,
words,
you gotta do it.
grenade.
other words, Marshall said, "There's nothing I can do. Just tell him to stop whistling into the mic."
More or less.
Really, is that right?
I mean, it's kind of what it is. I can't. I'm trying to be diplomatic here. Like, yes, essentially, if there's noise put towards a microphone, it's going to come through. That's as simple as that. Like, not much you can do, and we have to raise the gate on Iggy's mic so that it comes through clearly.
What does raise the gate mean?
More noise being picked up. So
Because Iggy talks softer than like me?
softer and a little lower in tone, which is fine.
I mean, I can speak up if you like.
No, that's not. No. Don't.
Do you hear any nose whistling now?
No, but I mean,
Yeah, okay.
this is an isolated incident. I mean, you could probably hold your breath. You know,
No,
what I mean?
I'm not holding my breath. I'm just away from the mic like I always am.
I've got an album on my phone full of screenshots of moments that it's been just too much to bear, and I'll send it in.
Doug, do you have an
That way
album?
You can go timestamp.
God almighty.
Here's the thing, though, DraftKings Cal, is I monitor the text line every single day, and the breathing thing has not come in nearly as much, like 50 to 60% less.
All right.
I you know, your ears are probably a little more sensitive considering you're in the business, but I can tell you from, like, when people send it in, like, where there's, like, 5 texts in a row, that means clearly something's going on. We have had way, way, way less of that.
Okay. I got fit for a driver on Friday, and it was a life-changing experience.
Okay. What'd they fit you for?
I got the Ping G430 Max 10K
Okay.
with an extra stiff shaft. It is. I don't have it in yet.
Don't whistle,
but,
please.
We were putting them out there.
How far are you hitting?
They,
them? How far?
Total about 304, 305.
Oh,
Is that your carry or is that that's the all in?
No, that's all in.
Okay.
No, that's
Hey,
all in.
I'd take that all day, Doug.
Yeah, it was. We were putting them out there. I've been hitting, which I've known this for a while. I've been hitting the wrong driver. I just swing too hard. He sent me all the TrackMan data yesterday, and it was incredible. Like, nerding out about that. If y'all like haven't gotten fit, and if that's of interest to you, you should go do it. Sorry, there's a cop coming up behind me.
Okay, well, I hope he throws you behind bars.
You want him out?
Yes.
Very good. All right, well, that's it for me. If you get to the TrackMan data, let me know. And then
Get the
if you
TrackMan
want me to come in and fix your audio issues, hit me up, and I'll shoot you an invoice.
No, we're good.
Independent contractor, DraftKings Cal coming in to take the gig.
Gosh. Oh.
Cal is the worst, the most boring caller since Chaps. That's from the Reluctant Cock. I would rather get my taint hair waxed than listen to this guy for one more second. That's from caller Buzz.
Chaps go die.
Oh.
Cal, go back to your cesspool in Austin. You contribute 0. You're also full of S about your driver. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
Yeah, I don't think he hits at 304.
Well, I would imagine a lot of our audience members could hit it 304. The issue would be that it would be sprayed all over the place. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 304 is a big hit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying you can hit it 270 and then have a rollout. But if it's going way right or way left, or you don't know where it's going, that's where you get into problems. That's what I'm saying. But hey, maybe DraftKings Cal +5.
Yeah, with this new club, who knows?
Do you see the Barstool, or wasn't Barstool? Was Barstool part of it? Riggs was playing, right? And the content creator thing at Eastlake yesterday?
Yeah, I believe Dan Rappaport was on the call.
Was he really?
Part of the broadcast team.
I watched. I didn't know who was on the call. I thought they were doing a good job.
Yeah, I don't think Riggs was playing.
I thought I saw him take a swing.
The foreplay guys outside of Rappaport did the first ball off the tee.
That's where I saw the swing. Okay, that explains it.
Because Portnoy was like not upset, but like he was like perturbed that none of his foreplay guys were going to be in the content thing, and they were told Dan Rappaport was invited to because he's scratch or 1 or 2, but he wanted to be on the call, and so Dave was like, "All right, I'll make my own for $1 million prize and have everyone in it and have it handicapped."
Yeah, I don't know if they had a handicap limit.
So this wasn't handicapped.
No, this was.
Wes Bryan won like at Hilton Head.
It's with Wesley Bryan in the field. It's no comp. Like he's a real pro.
Yeah,
like, it's a different game. Like Roger Steele's really good, and Luke Kwan on Good Good's really good, and those guys play in smaller events, pro events, but they're not.
And it was gross. It wasn't net.
It was gross.
Okay.
So that's why
I wish was it available to be bet on, because that was a little opportunity when a professional golfer is playing against non-professionals.
I know. Yeah, well, that's the problem with like YouTube golf content creating right now. It's like Wesley Bryan is technically a YouTube golf influencer, but he's also a pro who qualifies all the time.
Did you watch the link I sent you? The video they did already?
When you sent it, I meant to watch it yesterday. I didn't.
I got to send you boys this. The production team here, I'm telling you, God almighty, they did a good job. Went out and did a test show, I guess, with Rafe from the Riz Show. And they had all 4 members of the digital production staff out there. And within 5 days, they turned it around. It was really well done. I'm excited about the possibilities with that show. Tip of the cap to them. But that show would not be about like me playing people, although we could have that as kind of a backdrop. It'd be more about the BSing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's more like...
I'm not good enough for anybody to give a damn, and the people I'm playing with, so who cares?
It's an interview in a comfortable setting.
Doug, you like that? It's an interview in a comfortable setting.
Fine little way to put it.
But the guys who are on the thing that played at Eastlake yesterday, I mean, these are like, I think, for the most part, plus handicaps, right?
Plus or scratch or maybe one.
Yeah, but a scratch player playing against Wesley Bryan. Wesley Bryan's going to...
And if you don't have the distance to play Eastlake, like my boy Fat Perez, I love
Doug,
him.
Fat Perez.
Does he know you call him that?
That's his name.
He goes by Fat?
Fat Perez, yeah, FP. And he's great, but he just doesn't have distance to keep up. Like Wesley Bryan hits it like a pro. Like you're not going to be able to keep up distance-wise.
Yeah, I think
Quan left good fam. Doug, you like that? Quan left good fam. That's from the Bastard James Hunt.
Yeah, he did.
I think the highest handicap was Paige Sporanic. I think she was playing to a 3.5, 3.6.
Oh, wow, we're the same handicap. Maybe we should.
I think she was the highest handicap on there.
I think Luke Quan ended up winning, right? And I saw
but there was stroke play, and Bryan shot the lowest number.
Right, I saw they went
and
to...
then they went to, I think it was a 4-man playoff?
Yeah.
Where the top 4 scorers got in.
Yeah, and I think Quan ended up winning after that. But Wesley Bryan is the best player in that whole field considerably. And those guys are all really good. So.
How'd Gabby Golf Girl do?
Gabby Golf Girl, Gabby Carter.
It had like over 100,000 concurrent viewers on YouTube, and it was like in the afternoon, too.
Gabby finished at 3 over.
Not bad for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, definitely. At Eastlake?
Yeah, she beat Fat Perez.
Frisco and Harley Peppers here. Won a couple dozen bucks on a scratcher last eve. Not sure what the sponsorship cost is on the wrinkly wallpaper corner with the poorly placed doorknob on the thing that Iggy just did where he peacocks around buying things for people he doesn't know under the guise of wealth and pull, only to realize it'll never happen. It's financially a dumb decision, and it will only prolong his retiring at age 194. The Peppers brethren, seriously, what the hell was that? He's on the edge of financial ruin with one sick day, and yet he's buying Starbucks for bored Ledoux moms and golf ticks for monotone Cal, who badly wants to be on a text basis with Tim and Jackson. Love me. I nerd out on golf. I know how to turn audio knobs. Love on me, Tim. Why don't you love me? Doug, that's Frisco and Harley Peppers.
Doug, I'm lactating. Thanks.
You are not.
A shot of Cal or a shot of me?
I think both.
Double barrel shotgun?
No, I just, $3.75 for a cup of coffee to do a good deed really is nothing.
My swing speed's 112 miles an hour plus. Suck it, wacko. That's from DraftKings Cal.
Okay. People are now bragging about their swing speeds?
DraftKings Cal is in.
Who measures that for you?
TrackMan.
TrackMan is an option.
Just like golf data. Like when you play the simulator, how it knows how long the ball goes and where it goes. Same idea.
I've carried at 260, 270 tops. That's some Stephen Wildwood.
God almighty.
Oh, Doug.
270 carry?
That's a big hit for most people.
Yeah, I take that as skepticism.
275 carry?
He said 260, 270 tops.
Your drives don't go that far. More or less your carry.
270 carry, that'd be crazy.
It's a big hit.
Yeah, nothing against you.
Chairman's playing well, Doug.
Must
but
be.
That's just no way.
I mean, maybe.
I think most amateurs overestimate how far they hit the ball.
I 100% agree with
amount.
that. That's why when you see pros ask, when they're asked how to get your handicap down, take an extra club, because amateurs misses, assuming that they can hit it straight, are short. Mm-hmm. Because it's almost like emasculating to go, oh my God, I got to hit a 7 from 150 or whatever the hell it is.
Jackson?
Been there. You check your pride at the pro shop.
I hit my 7-iron 184. That's in the total pack.
Okay.
Doug, this is fun.
Here
People are sending in their...
Here we go. One guy more macho than the next.
Right.
I've done that as I've gotten older. I've just added one more club. I used to be able to hit my 7-iron was about 150. My 8-iron was 125 to 135. Now I'm up one club. If I'm 150, I'm hitting 6-iron.
I think everybody does that. They should.
Because I swing slower, so...
I drove a 336-yard par 4 green at Eagles Bluff. That's from Who's Your Daddy.
Okay.
These are some great players.
Everybody's a star.
I hit several 300-yard drives. It's rare, but it happens. I track it all the time. It's happened more with scrambles. That's from Chairman Steve. Okay. So he's got some 300-yard drives.
300-yard drive.
Now, let's get you out to Family Golf Center and put you on the TrackMan, like my 230-yard drive. There's no way.
And you had 230 in a hurricane force wind.
I did have a lot of wind in my back. But I'll give you 10 tries. You don't hit a 270.
Or you'll owe them how much?
No, just a friendly bet.
Tickets to the Ascension Charity Classic.
Prove me I'm wrong.
My swing speed's 119. My ball speed's 180. My carry is 300 plus, and my 7-iron is 195, 200. It's from the Horny Banker.
The best part about Iggy's challenge, when he was seeing if he could hit a 230, was that Cletus walked out in the middle of the driving range. While other people were hitting balls there too.
Forgot about
He just
that.
stood there.
Like he was going to catch
230.
it. Like it was a home run derby.
That's because I wasn't going to hit range balls. So the Florida Flower gave me some of his Titleist Pro V1 yellow ones.
Oh, so he was fielding the
He didn't
Pro
want to
V1.
lose them. Said, Cletus, get out there and get my balls when he hits them.
I hit my 145, but right now I'm more focused on getting my wife to start making out with women again. Oh, gosh. That's from Bill Haywood again. I hit 300-yard drives when the fairway is hard as a rock and sloped away from me by 20 degrees. That's from Uncle Cucker.
Yeah, I mean, downhill, downwind can certainly help a lot in that if you're trying to hit 300 yards.
No way Chairman Dork is hitting at 300. Is zero. Can I join the bet? That's from Ken's Wedding Toast.
I bet most people who have played golf have never hit a 300-yard drive in their life.
I would agree with that.
I'd be more impressed by people's putting numbers than they are how far they're hitting their drives.
That's the game, Doug. That's the game.
But if you can hit a long tee shot, golf is still fun.
Oh, yeah.
If you can't get off the tee, golf's not much fun.
It's
just
you're adding strokes
hit it in the
left and
woods,
right.
look for it, penalty shots, no decent second shot. You can even score poorly, but if you're hitting the ball well off the tee, it's still fun.
When I played Iggy, he drove the ball 195, and it was the biggest slice ever. But since he doesn't hit it far, it wouldn't get him into trouble. It's from Mr. Licks breaking down his match with Iggy.
Mm-hmm.
I hit cuts. You didn't see any big slices out of me. When I played you, I missed 2 fairways.
I think these were probably slices.
No, Iggy's patented move is the cozy
It is?
cut.
Oh,
It's
sure.
a little cozy
Doug, you like
cut.
that cozy cut?
It just rides the left side of the fairway, and then it just cuts right towards the middle. Gentle as a breeze.
Mm.
You hit more slices and hooks than I did.
I haven't golfed yet this year, and I don't know my swing speed. But a 20-something with pierced nipples sent me nudes last week. Stick that putter up your ass.
Hey!
Some beer cats. Well, this beer cats. I'm telling you, Doug.
A 20-something.
You buying that, Eggs?
Possibly. I mean, he's working at some of these bars that probably tend to have girls sending him pictures.
Taking a different route, but they got to the same destination.
Yeah.
You're having
Wanna
a
throw 'em
big
on the
7
net?
o'clock hour.
Some of the clientele.
You met a played Cal, and now you're handling the beer cat situation, but doing it so delicately.
Well, that one I believe. That's true. I mean, he hangs out at some bars that I would guess the patrons would be. Hey, I'll send you a picture of my boobs.
Really? What bars are these?
You got a dialect?
This is essentially a live read.
There are bars you just walk into and 20-somethings offer to send you pictures of them naked.
Well, I think
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I think he's moved up from Ketchup Marrier to bartending some nights.
Oh, wow.
So when he's a bartender, he probably...
That gets the ladies, does it?
Well, this one at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll allow that story.
That one made it through. Munganess, St. Louis Acura. Munganess Burkhardt sponsor the 7 o'clock, the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Go online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com and work with the great Jamie Burkhardt and Peter Munganess, and then also Ryan Seiberg in the service department. Can't say enough. Jamie Burkhardt emailed me at 6:15 this morning. Wonderful people. Can't say enough good things about them. stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com for new cars, for pre-owned cars, or to get your car serviced. It's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Support the sponsors. Munganess has been with this program. Doug, what do you think? 7 years? I think it's about 7 years.
Been a while, yeah.
6, 7 years, somewhere in there.
I think I've been on the show for 7 years, and I remember one of the early days I came to work in Kirkwood, and they had a grill set up for me outside.
Oh, that's right, the
And I
grill.
still use that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, they're the best.
That was about 7 years ago.
Brown and Krupin's the title sponsor. Doug, do you have any information on them?
Oh, absolutely. They've been with us for, what, is it more than a year? About a year?
Yeah, it's, I think it was October? Was it August?
Seems like that's about right. Of course, they've been around St. Louis for a whole lot longer than that. They were founded here in 1979. Local law firm. They're now down there on the hill with a brand new building. And it's very important if you have a potential personal injury case to get local lawyers, not some fast-talking huckster on television, but instead the local guys who know their way around the local environment. They know the other attorneys. They know the judges. They know how the courts work here. That's been one of the keys to Brown and Krupin's success for their clients here in St. Louis. If you need justice, they can help. If you think you have a personal injury case, you call them at 314-222-2222. They'll give you a free evaluation, talk over your case, see if you should proceed. And if you do, they work on a contingency basis, no upfront cost to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. They've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. Their firm has grown to be more than 250 legal professionals strong now, both in St. Louis, and they have an office in Kansas City as well. Brown and Krupin, if you think you may need their services, give them a call. Here's their number again.
Do it.
314-222-2222. Or you go to brownandkrupin.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about it. Here on TMA, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
There it is. Pure Performance, wonderful sponsor on TMA. Go out and see Shelby. Ask for Shelby, Doug.
Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby will take great care of you. She's wonderful people. Got a chance to meet her last month, when I visited Pure Performance at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles. It's Pure Performance with a huge showroom, 25,000 square foot facility, housing the largest showroom in the area where you can find anything and everything you might need to enhance your vehicle. They're online at pureperformance.com, P-U-R, performance.com. At Pure Performance, you don't ever have to worry about paying for parts or services you don't need. When it comes to repairs, you can count on them to recommend only what your vehicle actually requires. After over 40 years of outfitting the best-dressed vehicles in the St. Louis and St. Charles areas, you can trust that your prized investment is in great hands at Pure Performance. If you are building a car or truck, Pure Performance has the largest selection of fittings to equip any vehicle, and the experts at Pure Performance take great pride in the exceptional work that they do every day. They will take the time to talk with you and figure out your individual needs and wants for your vehicle to make sure they do right by each customer. It's Pure Performance at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles, or visit pureperformance.com. That's P-U-R, performance.com. Get involved in the show. Call in like DraftKings Cal did. 636-9004-TMA. Callier and Thompson phone lines. Text in to the Schaefer Door Company. Text inbox 314-881-TMA5. And email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Buck Swope can clinch it today.
We can.
He can clinch the month of August today.
Magic number's 1 for
Magic
him?
number is 1.
Okay.
And if the JV golf coach does not win, guess what?
He wins anyway.
That's exactly right. The magic number is truly 1. So Kevin Miller can win today and win tomorrow and force a 1-game playoff. So I guess that math is not correct. He can, but Kevin Miller's got to win back-to-back, and then he forces a playoff.
Okay. He's
So
been
Buck
good,
Swope's going to a sudden death playoff as long as JV golf coach doesn't win. At worst, I mean that's how good Buck Swope's playing right now. He's in good form.
He tends to write better when it's hot outside.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like Paul Goldschmidt?
Yeah, he hits better in the heat.
I chipped in for Eagle on a 560-yard par 5 last week. That's DraftKings Cal.
Oh, you didn't. I don't believe you did.
I can confirm Beer Cats gets naked pics. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood. Beer Cats left out the fact that the 20-something looked like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. # Muffin Top.
Oh, well, that could be.
Doug's prison wallet.
That could be. You never know. Although Bearcats did well down in Crystal City, didn't he?
Is that where Hot Wife Autumn?
Hot Wife, yeah. He's in the Twin Cities.
It's hot, man.
Yeah. Women like it ketchup merrier.
when it gets down to it.
So I wonder if these girls that send some pictures know that he's showing them to Steve when he goes over.
Oh, Bill.
You're picture shaming him now.
Oh, Bill.
Well, if someone sends you a picture in confidence, you don't share it with somebody else.
No, that's bad form. I guess you could just get drunk on success. You find a couple bottles of ketchup and they all fit into the same bottle. You get drunk on success. Here come the pictures.
It's true. It's true. It's damn true.
Oh, there you go.
Steve is 100% the dad that stays at the frat party too long during the dad's weekend. That's from the Horny Banker Champion Texter of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
Dad's weekend warrior.
Yeah, they put up with you that first night, the college kids do, and then they want dads to move along. They don't want you hanging around.
Dad's
too
weekend
much
was
longer.
always a great opportunity for free beverages.
Yeah, that's all you saw. You weren't that happy to see Dad because you're having a great time away from Mom and Dad. It's okay to see him briefly. Hi, yeah, here's my dad. All right, he came too. Now move along, please.
But they're buying buckets.
Yeah, every time the bucket came empty, then it was good to see Dad again.
Yeah. Buying buckets.
How about this alarming comment from Little Beer Cats of the IQ Challenge? And how's the IQ Challenge looking, Chairman?
Not a lot of movement in the last 22 hours. Looking like after Labor Day for sure, though.
Okay.
And but the Tri-Delt is only in town for Labor Day.
Yeah, arrangements will need to be made.
Wow. Maybe this will take place at Faroe Field during the halftime of the Oklahoma game.
Oh, gosh.
Does she even remember she said that?
I would imagine so. My communication has been with her father, so I think he's heard.
What about gluten-free Park?
Talk to her a little bit. She's a tough one to get a hold of at times.
I'm just thinking these tests may have to be given individually.
I'll make it happen regardless of how it comes to fruition.
How about that
Doug?
guarantee?
Okay.
It's sad to admit, but there are times I feel like my dad has a better chance of getting play with women around my age than I do. Doug, that's Little Beer Cats.
Really? Little Beer Cats is like early 20s? Or
I think he's 20, isn't he? 20 or 21.
And his dad has a better shot?
Yeah, his dad's, I believe his dad's my age, I think.
And it's all because of this ketchup, Mary?
I didn't know there was a turn on, but
Apparently it is.
maybe it is. You know, you see a waiter over there making a Caesar salad. I thought I was doing well, but oh my God, that he did that without spilling a drop. I got to have that.
You think the Caesar salad making was a real turn on for women?
It was for the parents that they trusted me enough to go take their daughter out.
Just any guy making a Caesar salad? Is,
But I never married ketchup, so I don't know. Maybe
yeah, you weren't in the big leagues.
it might be hotter. I don't know.
When you stick your tongue in an ass, do you use your lower teeth on that taint /
God,
chode?
all right.
Girls have taints, boys have chodes. Thanks. That's from a sponsor, Doug, the recovering alcoholic from Belleville, Lives to Rose. And contractually, we have to read the text.
I don't know that he's been
Just listening and learning.
He's been suspended. Recovering alcoholic from Belleville, sponsor or not, you have been suspended. You have been suspended. If you're wondering, it'll last a period of 2 days' time. And your name, as we speak, is going into the suspension logule that bears your company's name, IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
The Tri-Delt is well aware in caps of the IQ Challenge and cannot wait to participate. That's from the Orson Woods Wacko. Wow. Sounds like the Orson Woods Wacko is confident in his horse.
I think so.
Maybe I'll go touch base with her tonight when I'm up there.
What about Perk?
I don't know about Perk.
There has to be a downloadable IQ test online somewhere where you could just hand all the contestants a piece of paper.
Yeah, what if, like,
even
did it
they
over
take
Zoom?
Individually, yeah.
We could do it on StreamYard, and all the listeners could watch on the TMA YouTube channel.
True.
What? What about that, Kurt? Is that a realistic play?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay.
Nice. All right, maybe we're getting this thing done, Doug.
All right, sounds good, yeah.
A 35-year-old Caesar salad flex is so sad. That's from Big Tuft. I don't know what the flex is.
That he was making Caesar salad.
Yeah.
I wasn't flexing. I was just talking about marrying ketchup compared to making tableside flambés. Probably the marrying ketchup getting more than I did.
Don't you think people go to restaurants-
Well, living on an island too, with looking like I did, it was a lot easier.
Don't you think people go to restaurants to eat? not to ogle the people making the Caesar salad?
They do, but they're enamored with people from other countries. I mean,
But you're American.
Until they found out I was American, but you're just an American.
Did you ever like lean into it and pretend you were from?
I would change my accent a little bit.
And looking like you did, the women really had no choice.
Oh, the Boston Market ad bot has moved from Balloon Party to TMA.
Oh yeah.
How come you guys don't serve your beer in my restaurant? I guess he's talking about Boston Market.
Oh.
Do they sell beer at Boston Market? Where even is a
don't think
Boston
so.
Market?
I don't even think they're still around, are they?
Oh, there's definitely still around. I just don't know if there's one.
Used to be on one in Manchester and Baldwin.
The Boston Market ad bot active in the chat.
I used to get their meatloaf.
I liked it.
I did too.
I'm surprised it didn't work better.
Looks like there's one in surprise, St. Charles.
Now, why would you say surprise?
I don't know
surprise?
why. I just that
You
that's-
elitist.
Something just happened.
Wow.
Something
Stop.
just also one in Richmond Heights. Where the hell is one in Richmond Heights?
It's by Esquire Theater.
Oh, that one's still open? That's the one that I used to hit. That's still there?
Where in relation to the Esquire?
It's
just to the east of
behind
it.
It's on that strip mall behind it.
Like by Mike Duffy's and all that?
Yeah, it is.
I've
I
driven,
mean, it was. I mean, I just assumed it was gone.
I've driven through there a good amount, and I don't think I've ever seen a Boston Market.
Warson Woods Wacko has a busy weekend supervising the installation of a vinyl privacy fence to hide the above-ground pool that are running rampant in Warson Woods. That's from Glove blogger Tom Traven. Is
They're
that
running
true?
rampant. They're breaking out, whether you want it or not. You just look in your backyard, and there's an above-ground pool back there. You can't keep them out. You never wanted it. It just showed up with a vinyl fence around it.
Like POA.
Mm-hmm. It's like kudzu.
If I ever refer to my own daughter as simply the Tridelt, please punch me in the wiener. Doug, that's Juan, and he has a PP Corp, and that's where he's from. All right. Send your emails in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Buck Swope can be clinching a champagne celebration. And Doug, guess who's going to be back in studio at 9 o'clock because he's back advertising on the show?
Mark Milton.
That's exactly right. 9 o'clock. We're going to go through his score posting this year.
Oh.
We're going to do a little Ernst & Young audit.
Yeah, he plays a lot now.
Still a 20?
We were texting because I think he played in the APGA Pro-Am when I played it with a couple weeks ago. I feel like he did. I don't know. We were texting about his score. And I go, what is it, 18? I think he was like a 17.6. I'm going,
More importantly, he's getting people money.
I think the golf scores are more important.
Oh.
Tim's right.
You got me money.
Thank you. Got you cash money, right?
Mhm.
$800 something?
700 somehow.
And you are putting that on Lindenwood tonight, plus 48?
Gambled it all away immediately.
Right there. There was a Boston Market off of Tesson Ferry. It was practically a glory hole emporium that had to be shut down with so much activity. Guys were going to Boston Market to get oral from strangers?
No.
I mean, it's not a bad 1-2 punch. You can get yourself some meatloaf,
Yeah.
mashed potatoes, and gravy.
Yeah.
It was good.
And then like, let me unbuckle my belt. And then there's just a willing, bearded mouth on the other end of a hole.
Oh, God.
That's a night.
Yeah, boy.
That's a night in South County.
Is it tough though if the stall door doesn't go all the way to the bottom? Because like if you can see the gentleman's Birkenstocks and gnarled toes,
I'm getting hard.
Happen. It doesn't happen.
It is certainly
This is like stories about unicorn sightings. They're not there.
Mark Milton would like to issue a clarification. He's a 16.9 now.
Okay.
I would have no chance of beating him. None. I don't think the Caesar salad flex is anywhere as close to as bad as my daughter is in a sorority flex. That's from Ken's Wedding Toast. Is that a flex? I didn't take it as such.
No, I think it's just identifying who they are, what stage of life.
But I'd like to deep dive because now a couple of people have sent in a text about that. So maybe that's considered a flex.
But that'd be a couple thousand people at most schools, right? At a big school.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of, we had about 200-ish people who were in my boy frat.
Can't anybody get into a sorority?
No.
No?
No.
I think
It's very selective.
I experienced my real-world baptism by getting cut from the football, basketball, and baseball teams at the age of 13/14 at the University High School.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of young ladies, and I suppose young men, get their baptism when they're trying to get into fraternities and sororities.
Gosh,
And
that's such a cruel thing.
boy, is it ever? I mean, because the
Just
truth
going
is,
away.
I mean, I don't know if people talk about it, but it's so appearance based.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, especially for like Tri-Delt.
That's why I thought this day and age, you have sororities that pretty much take everybody. You can't really say, oh, you're too ugly, get out.
No.
They wouldn't say you're too ugly, get
Right.
out, but they would.
I think they have to offer you a bid, and then you have to match up. I don't know. I mean, this is going back 25 years.
In my day, there was a sorority that had girls that were uglier than a mud fence.
You know,
And they all-
library?
They all went to the same one.
But
So
were
there
they
was one
sporting?
that kind of took care of the ones that couldn't get into the other.
Well, there's a movie out there called House Bunny, which that's basically it. Anna Faris is the house mother for a sorority that's got all just like rejects.
Yeah. But how crushed would you be as an 18-year-old girl leaving home for the first time, trying to get into a sorority, and they all say, no thanks, no, you're not good enough, no, no, no.
God, that's a very tough.
Devastating.
Yes.
Especially in like big SEC country where that's like
The thing.
big culture.
Yeah.
That can be a real, and you're just now going to college. I mean, Rush
Mm-hmm.
Week is
Oh.
a week before the
Yeah.
first week of school,
Oh.
so you're going up early.
Yes.
And you have to go,
Oof.
and it's like all day.
Yeesh.
Like you're doing this
Yeesh.
stuff all day, going around to different sororities, putting on makeup like crazy, wearing these elaborate outfits, and then afterwards they say, nah.
Don't think so.
Nah.
And it truly is based on appearance, right? It's
More or
Most of it,
less.
yeah.
Because how
Or
can
connections.
how can you possibly like make a real deduction about someone's personality when you've met 2,000 or 3,000 other people
Right.
who look very similar to them?
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
Hey, all you dumbasses! Tri-Delta is a reference. Banging a Caesar salad's daughter is a brag. You people are so stupid.
No.
Morrison Woods Wacko.
I'm not bragging, I'm just telling the truth.
Could you still make a pretty mean salad?
Sure I can.
Attract the seniors?
Yeah. I made one on my cooking show twice, I think I've made it. I've offered to make one here.
You could be a big hit at the rest home someday. Retirement home.
I go to a rest home, I'm not cooking for anybody. Just leave me alone.
Oh.
I sit over here and take my pills and
You've already got an attitude. We haven't even checked in yet.
Say what you want, guys, but Boston Market allowed me to come out of the closet and divorce my wife. I finally found a magical place. I was able to get a home-cooked meal and meet some interested gentlemen. It's from Marvin Florissant. I didn't know that's what Boston Market was.
No,
It was
it
just kind of like home cooking.
Maybe that's what the market meant. It's a meat market. Well, I liked it. I thought it was better fast food than what you normally
I know. I
get.
enjoyed it as well. There was a stall at Mizzou Library. It said to tap thrice for mouth play. Listed a range of times throughout the day to show up.
I don't
It's
believe
from
it.
the TMA Reddit Insider.
I don't believe it.
I had a buddy sleep with a girl at the Mizzou Library.
You slept with her?
That's where we met our friend Kendra Sunderland. She was known as KS Library Girl in the Twitter tweets, Doug. And she was the library girl, and that was Oregon State?
Yeah, wasn't that Beavtown?
Yeah. Corvallis.
Corvallis.
I've been in 1,000 restrooms in my life. Public restrooms. Not once have I ever seen a glory.
Do you just feel like you have bad luck?
No. I have never seen one. Nowhere.
never been to that truck stop in Kingdom City?
I don't really hang out at restaurant truck stops.
Well, you're going to the wrong ones.
Yep.
That's the only place there is one.
It does seem more like a truck stop
Never seen
thing.
one. Ever.
I think of like the Dumb and Dumber gas station. You know, like call this number for a good time.
Why would there be one there? I mean, someone's going to use that restroom, what, once every 5 minutes? Somebody's going to come in?
Yeah, but what if, like, the stars align and you can enjoy a ween?
Be the last thing I would want.
These truckers
I
have
would
been on
run
the road.
away in horror.
Mr. Licks just said library checkmark. Mr. Licks mouthifying? And did he go to Missouri? Wow.
Seems like it would be beneath him.
Yeah.
I could see Wash U, maybe.
Yeah, 100%.
I thought he was hiding
I mean, I just-
Yeah, I think he was Ole Miss.
Mr. Licks is not Ole Miss. Mr. Licks is going to be very upset with both of you right now.
Oh, I thought, you know, yeah, good school.
Is that right?
Well,
I was in the Camel V Crapper and saw this, and now he sent in a screenshot, Doug, and it says ass and head 2 to 3 a.m. Did you write?
I didn't write that. I don't work there anymore.
you probably sanctioned that Chiefs tab, Beaker. You were in for Lindenwood
You think
tonight?
they call me to see if it's okay to put a cheap stab on the website?
Yeah, you're the sports director.
The wifey had the librarian look going yesterday. Wanted to farm her out anally, but Welly is out of town and Tim was very busy. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville. You like that term?
Did you
Farm her out anally.
Did you just
like
hear that? No. Farm her out anally. That is the craziest thing.
You think she has any idea this is going on?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I had dinner with him, and I talked to her about it.
She knows?
She goes, he does what he wants to do. I don't pay attention.
Don't you slander me, Jackson. That's from Mr. Licks, and it sounds like you might have a little litigation.
Well, you got to tell us where you went to school, because if not, I'm just going to assume Ole Miss.
He couldn't
How you
have
like
gotten-
that?
He couldn't have gotten in Ole Miss.
I'll tell you in the break.
I probably have a good guess.
Probably Flat River Junior College.
Flat River.
Phoenix University.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what would make sense for Mr. Licks. I'm assuming it's east of here,
Yes. No doubt.
but I just don't know where to. I'm east and probably north.
McKendree?
East and northeast. I'm going to say east, northeast. That's
Maybe
what I-
IU, business school. Good Kelly School of
Doug,
Business.
Kelly School of Business. That's where we could have gone, but we wanted to get exposure in
Right.
local news.
New Hampshire University.
New Hampshire. Hockey guy?
That's online, isn't it?
Oh,
No,
is it?
it's like Southern New Hampshire or something like that.
Oh, Manchester.
That's the one that's a big online. That might not be right, but it's a directional New Hampshire. That's where it's going.
You know where Seth Goldcamp went?
No.
Notre Dame.
Oh, did he really?
Heading to College Station this Saturday. 7 o'clock kickoff. Are you pulling for the Aggies or the Fighting Irish?
I guess Notre Dame.
Really? I'm pulling for A&M because I want Missouri to beat them and be undefeated and have them be a top 10 team.
No, Missouri can still beat them.
Yeah, but it makes it better if A&M's undefeated.
Line them up just to knock them down, Tim.
It's good for Missouri if A&M beats up on Notre Dame. And I like Notre Dame, don't get me wrong. I'll be going against my parents, but I got to, as people know, I'm a Tiger nationalist. Like that term Jackson's introduced.
I think
Tiger
Notre Dame
nationalist.
is the best looking campus I've ever seen.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know what would be better than that I've seen.
Pepperdine, where they farm them out anally.
Duke's campus is unbelievable.
Is it?
I've never been on Duke's campus.
It's for us. I think it's only like 10 or 11,000 kids. Massive sprawling campus, but beautiful old buildings, foliage like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, you like good southern foliage?
Yeah.
Kudzu?
Yeah. I love the Carolinas. I love all the areas I've been to in North and South Carolina are really cool. Charleston's one of my favorite cities.
Guys, my guess is Licks went to Miami, Ohio, got rejected from Vanderbilt. That's from Zach's wife, Gummy.
Well, that happens. That happens.
The University of Central Missouri Lambda Chi fraternity refers to themselves as the Licks. I always assume that's where the supposedly wealthy benefactor of KG went to college. That's
Oh.
from Uncle Cucker.
Could be. I knew some Lambda guys.
I don't know what's going on, but Licks is just texting in like thoughts right now, and they're angry thoughts.
He's furious with me.
Because we claimed he went to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Is that all it takes?
He's furious with me.
Why don't you tell us where you went? We'll stop guessing.
That's what I'm saying. Is like you're gonna get mad at people, but you won't say a damn thing about yourself.
He may have gone to Sanford Brown.
In fairness, he did show up to the golf match with Iggy and showed his face. So
Yeah.
I gotta give him credit where credit is due. He's a good dude. I like Mr. Licks.
You think Licks is a secretary?
Could well be.
Boy, a lot of people are on Miami, Ohio. Licks screams Miami, Ohio. School that thinks it's some Midwest Ivy League school, but it's no better than IUPUI. That's from Ken's wedding toast.
My new neighbor upstairs just graduated from Miami of Ohio, and she's working for the Cardinals.
How about that?
Oh, really?
And her boyfriend went to Ohio State. He's working for the Blues.
How about that?
Yeah.
People are moving into St. Louis, Doug.
Yeah, taking over our jobs.
Yep. Guys, have you seen Jefferson County Community College's campus? Are you really telling me Duke is prettier? Come on now. This is nonsense. That's from DJ Jazzy Jeff, Albert Pujols. Licks is a broke bitch. That's from Swayze, possible burner. Miami, Ohio, 100%. So this Miami, Ohio thing.
Maybe somebody's got a yearbook.
Sweet Sweet Kai, Orgy Master, says Hofstra.
Hofstra on Long Island.
And that's where Amanda Balionis went, Doug? Is that right?
I don't know. I just don't.
Sounds right.
I think when she was on with us, she said she went to
I was at the New York Jets training camp once in Hofstra.
It's where Balls.
Oh, was it?
Seemed okay.
I think
We got
Balls
thrown
went there,
out.
didn't he? Didn't Balls go to Hofstra?
Doug?
I don't know where Howard Balzer went. I'm not unprepared
That's the only
to
person
answer
I know
that.
that went to Hofstra.
Balionis went to Hofstra. Graduated in 2008.
Okay.
So she's 37 bills? Ballpark? 38?
Yeah, she's 38. Just turned 38.
There you go.
Now back to Balionis.
Yeah,
Some
not
of the-
Amanda Renner.
Some of the hardest schools to get into in the country now are the SEC schools, like Florida, Georgia, especially Florida and Georgia. Really hard to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's got that program where if you get like a B average in high school in Georgia, you can go to state schools for no tuition.
Yeah.
And so they get all those Georgia kids. And then out-of-state kids, want to go there too because the football program and everything else. And they pay a fortune to go there, so the school accepts them too. So for just like an average student, it's next to impossible to get into the University of Georgia these days.
Florida has prepay in their state, so if you're born in the state of Florida, you can do Florida prepay, which locks you into the average college rate for the state schools at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you were born in my age, if you were born in '98, you could lock in that payment plan from '98. If you go to, but you have to stay in state at a Florida public university. So many kids go to they don't leave Florida to go to school because they're paying fraction of what tuition costs anywhere else.
And Alabama has exploded too, based mostly on the success of the football program.
It's unbelievable how many people from St. Louis go to Alabama. Yeah.
Whatever they paid Nick Saban, it probably wasn't enough.
Let's see. I hate the diss on Ole Miss because I love visiting, but boy, are the stereotypes accurate. That's from Little Beer Cats.
I guess he's never been there.
Georgia and Florida produce idiots like Mr. Licks. Mizzou is not an easy entry for freshmen anymore. That's from the Worson Woods Wacko.
Yeah, I can see that.
Florida also offers an in-state tuition if you have grandparents that live in the state. Is that right?
Yeah, you can finesse it. I had a buddy do that. He was
Really?
from Ohio, but he claimed residence at his grandparents' house in Naples and got in-state tuition. So,
well, we got a doxing here. I have inside information that Mr. Licks is the guy you see in the Painters Union commercials that run during Cardinals and Blues games. You know, the guy who says, I never went to college and I make more money than my friends who went to college. That's from MJ from the wealthy part of North City.
Could be. Could well be.
I've seen that commercial before.
Alan Dadeville, a Georgia Bulldog fan, says Hope Scholarship. I didn't qualify. Thanks, Al Dadeville.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I saw Mr. Licks and Gangster Pete hanging outside Hit Street Market last weekend during moving weekend. They were flashing their Visa Vanilla gift cards to sorority chicks, hoping to find dates for their El Ranchero reservations.
Should work.
Last I saw, they were both sobbing on the pillars, wanking each other off.
Oh.
That's from Jim Lemon.
You have to make reservations at El Rancho.
They retired to the pillars.
That's text of the week.
You have to go to El Rancho and get reservations.
Did you ever get so sad at Mizzou you just retired to the pillars?
Did I use your hand on a gentleman while he weeps?
Oh, you just walk past him late at night after getting hammered. It was always fun.
Ole Miss is the party cove of the SEC. Total Hoosier stew. That's from the 636. Boy, the Rebels are taking hotty-toddy shots here.
I've never been. I'd love to go see Mizzou play there someday.
Yeah, that'd be great at the Grove.
Maybe you'll get it in 2 years. They're going to have the same opponents next year, just not at home.
Yeah, flip.
And then, so Alabama will be coming to Columbia. Missouri will be...
But next year's the Kansas start. Next year.
Kansas, Doug, September 6th. The audacity to claim that I went to Miami, Ohio. You think future hedge fund managers go to Miami, Ohio? Or even Ole Miss? Or Mizzou? You think I'd enjoy the plebeian pursuits of State University? That's Mr. Licks.
So where did he go?
Is Miami of Ohio public? I thought that was private.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm thinking of Dayton. Yeah, no, Miami of Ohio is public.
Isn't that the cradle of football coaches? Isn't that what it was considered there for a while?
Miami of Ohio?
Yeah.
I don't know. Wasn't Saban at Kent State or something like that?
Well, he may not have gone there, but I think there was a string of great football coaches that started at Miami of Ohio.
Woody Hayes.
I forget who they are.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Woody Hayes gave a thumb thrust to a linebacker who intercepted a pass.
Clemson?
Yeah. He intercepted the pass, got tackled by the Ohio State sideline. Woody Hayes came right out and gave him a thumb thrust right to the neck.
My nephew paid less to go to Alabama than his parents did to send him to Mary Queen of Peace. That.
Jesus.
That's an eye-opening.
I doubt that that's true. I seriously doubt that it's true.
Mary Queen of Peace is a good school, though.
Yeah, but it's only what 3,000 or 4,000 a year. At least that's what it was when my kids were.
Oh, they were MQP.
No, they were St. Kitty's, St. Catherine's, but it was like.
But you weren't happy with
3,000 a year. Mary
the
Queen of
coaching, and so you wanted to send them to MQP.
No, they didn't go.
Transfer portal.
I could see where Mary Queen of Peace might be a little more expensive, probably not too much more.
Who's the Drinkwitz of the CYC?
Well, they don't have CYC football, so I
That's a
don't know.
miss.
I don't think they even have touch football.
I'd be surprised, yeah.
I don't think they have it.
Miami, Ohio is a top 10 business school, you douche canoe licks. That's Morrison Woods Wacko. Why, these two, they just can never settle their differences.
Is Wharton the #1 business school still?
Business school rankings. I'm about to find
it's
out
Wharton.
for you.
Carnegie Mellon.
Business school rankings. All right, Doug, the answer you want. The best business schools for an MBA in America. #1 is Stanford in Palo Alto. #2 is Wharton at UPenn. And then #3 is Kellogg at Northwestern.
Kellogg.
Chicago gets the 4 spot. MIT gets the 5 spot. Harvard gets 6.
There you go.
Huh. Okay.
Don't see Miami of Ohio on the list.
Oh, wow. I didn't know this. Licks went to SIUE and worked the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A when he wasn't in class. That's from the Anal Farmer.
That's not bad.
Go Cougars, though.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is a junior college for the Southern Rich White Dumbs. That's from the Glendale kid. Is that what it is? It's called the junior college?
That's not what they have on their website. We're for the old, rich, Southern white dumbs. You must have a grade average of at least 1.5 to even be considered.
St. Kitty's has Dodge minivans and MQP has Honda Odysseys. St. Genevieve has BMWs. That's from the Warson with Wacko.
Where's St. Genevieve?
St. Genevieve of the Woods, Doug, is that off of
Right by
Woodlawn?
KFNS. Right by KFNS.
Okay.
Just a little north.
Yeah.
On Woodlawn.
That's right.
Right before you get into
Speed Trap.
Yeah, got it. I know what that is. So that's got to be like one of the nicer ones, right?
Well, they were talking about closing it down a year or two ago. Yeah.
There's one off like Bope, right? St. Clement?
That's St. Clement.
Yeah, that's probably one of the nicer ones, too.
St. Clement of Rome?
I don't know where they are. I think it's the pair.
Hey, guys, your crap signal just glitched there. When Licks mentioned breeding a family of young hedge clippers, it sounded like he said hedge fund manager. Might want to have Gino pull on some levers to fix it. Peppers, Frisco Peppers, Evergreen College class of 68 after I saw the commercial, that dude yelling at me for laying on the couch midday watching Jenny Jones. It's Frisco Peppers, Doug.
Yeah. Hedge fund clippers? Are there people who go to college to become a barber? They go to barber school. They have to be licensed.
Barber school?
Yeah, but you wouldn't go to like Ohio State to
I don't
become a
believe
barber.
Ohio State or any other college has a barber class.
I love Ole Miss, but it is a landing spot for rich, dumb people. Boy, Ole Miss, who would have thought? Hotty toddy.
Gosh, it's taken
It's
a real
Chairman Stephen Wildwood. Mr. Licks probably aimed high and had to settle for a private university that hands out scholarships to Vianney students like hotcakes. That's from Bambi Sapphire. We didn't have TMA Day at the ballpark this year, so I couldn't meet the recovering alcoholic sister again. Hey, can I have your sister's number, bro? It's from Little Beer Cats. Now people are trying to meet up with siblings of listeners.
Yeah, who's on the suspension list.
That's right.
She's probably a snootful herself, knowing her brother.
Read this dumbass text.
Guys, not sure you caught this the first 17 times, but my daughter is a Tri-Delt at Mizzou. Pretty cool, right? Big state school and top house on campus. Pretty impressive, huh? Yep, that's my daughter, the Tri-Delt at Mizzou. That's from Sweet Sweet Kai.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
Sweet Sweet Kai's going after the Warson with Wacko now. I don't know if he wants that, Jackson.
And we're sitting here judging sororities. Like we would have any clue.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I guess I was there. I mean, I was there 4 years ago.
Yeah. Well, they can change in a hurry.
Big time.
Let's send your emails in as we rank schools and sororities while we sit in a closet doing HD2 radio.
Right.
Design Air is the sponsor of the email today. They're online at designairservice.com. That's where Seth Goldcamp will take great care of you. How's this forecast looking today? We still in the 90s, Doug? I would imagine.
Weekend's glorious.
Oh, yeah. It's
Weekend
supposed to
is
get
glorious.
close to 100 today.
95 and then 94 tomorrow, but 82 on Saturday. Now, Iggy, I'm seeing rain.
Yeah, slight chance of rain.
Okay.
I heard real feels today could be as high as 105.
You going to compress the ball?
So the Cardinals have a chance to set a new low attendance record for a day game with school going on, nearly 105-degree real field temperatures, with a disgruntled fan base and a team going nowhere.
But C. Long.
Oh, yeah. C. Long, Young Gravy, and Bobby Altoff. I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there.
The forecast starting on Saturday, though, assuming there is not rain, looks incredible next week.
They probably agreed to do this a couple months ago.
Yeah.
When it didn't look so bleak.
Gravy's performing at BPV after the fact, I think. Or
Like
maybe
tonight
before.
is?
Either tonight or before. I would be surprised if it would be before the game. It's probably right after the game.
And what kind of music's he do?
Hip-hop.
You think that'll be a big hit at Ballpark Village?
Metro Boomin went out there earlier this year and did a show, and it was pretty packed.
Yeah, if Young Metro don't trust you.
But the team was a lot better, and it was a lot nicer out that day.
Doug, Young Gravy's ready to eat. That's from Marty Monogamy.
Well, Jackson's Marty Monogamy.
Yeah, I mean, I am Marty Monogamy.
Kai, you got big problems now, fella. It's from the Worcester Woods Wacko. Sounds like Worcester Woods Wacko is loading up.
Yeah.
Jackson, your boy.
He'll be all right. A lot of bark, not a lot of bite.
Is that right?
That's kind of the consensus of most of the text inbox. A lot of guys barking. Are you going to bite, little doggy?
Oh, gosh.
Ole Miss is for third child chubby boys from wealthy families. They have two attractive sisters that go to the good schools. Then the parents send their dummy away to the Grove. That's from caller Buzz. Boy, Buzz is now loaded for bear.
They send them away.
Like boarding ball.
Yeah, Mr. 63011 says, I will admit that I went to Ole Miss because I suck at school, but I'm an honors level partier. I do not use my degree because I sell booze now. All that said, how's your golf cart, bitch?
Oh.
Doug, let's dunk them nippies in nice warm water. It's Mr. 63011.
Gosh. As a couple of years ago, it was just as cheap to send your kid to Ole Miss as it was to Mizzou, if you lived here.
Hotty toddy.
With in-state tuition in
Yeah,
Missouri?
yeah.
Wow.
Mizzou's no real bargain anymore. It's like, well, my last son got out there 6 years ago, and it was every bit of $25,000 a year to go
Yeah,
there.
it's not cheap. With all the memories.
And now it's probably 35.
Right, Tiger.
Yeah. But you got that piece of paper, and now,
Yeah.
especially in broadcast
Really
journalism,
opened a lot of
baby.
doors.
Worcester Woods Wacko's calling in, and he's furious that nobody's answering his call. I guess he wants a piece of sweet, sweet Kai.
He's not calling in.
No, he's not?
I mean, I'm looking at the phone line right now. I'm sure Kurt's doing the same thing.
Yep.
So if you want to call
Wow,
in,
Worcester Woods
call in.
Wacko running. Is that a John Mardukas, Johnny Johnson, Johnny
Johnny
Cakes?
Cakes.
Johnny Cakes
Yeah,
does it. I
Cletus
can't keep him straight, Doug. I just can't. My son had a full ride to Ole Miss because of his ACT score. He went to ASU. That's from Steve in Wildwood.
Arizona
Chairman.
State?
Another school that's quite lax with their acceptance rate.
Arizona State is?
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting, though, that both these schools we're talking about have the best ass, huh?
Oh. Something to that. The location, I think, certainly for Arizona State is a major, it helps in a major way.
Oh, yeah. You're right there in the Phoenix area. That'd be great.
I pay Mizzou tuition for daycare. That's nice. That's from Wedding Tackle.
Wow.
SEC schools are where rich Southern families send their eldest boys who are too dumb to get into the Ivies. They then act like it's a choice and a tradition. It's from Arbor Day.
Well, most of us, the overwhelming majority of us are too dumb to get into the Ivy League school.
Yeah.
That's almost 99% of everybody.
What about like Vandy, though?
That's might as well be an Ivy League school.
Doug, the Worcester Woods Wacko is on. These are the Callier and Thompson phone lines. Good morning, Worcester Woods Wacko.
Hi, boys. How are you?
Oh, we're fine. How are you, Wacko?
Yeah, the sweet, sweet Kai just picked the fight.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm calling in. I mean, he's picking on me when let's inventory his life.
Uh-oh.
Easy.
Went to Mizzou. That's a good thing. Found a good girl. That's another good thing. She's a nurse. He's a mower. Is that what he does, Jackson?
Does he mow?
Mows grass?
Currently.
Mm-hmm.
At a golf course. Runs a range picker. Takes the, you know what? Like, she's the alpha in the relationship.
Nice. I feel like you insinuated he receives a strap-on.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. I didn't know if that was allowed, but yes.
We checked with the
exactly what I
FCC. We had counsel check, and they said it's
Right.
great.
Hey, Jackson, did you guys rushed and you both got denied bids, didn't you?
No, sir. No, I rushed at Florida Gulf Coast University. Was an Alpha Epsilon Pi, and then when I transferred to Mizzou, I moved into the A Pi house.
Oh, so you got blackballed, and you were too embarrassed to stay there. And you
got
left.
blackballed?
I was in a fraternity.
What'd you do to get blackballed?
I was in A Pi at FGCU and then transferred to Mizzou and stayed in A Pi.
I'll tell you what he did, Doug. He had Sweet Kai come down for a weekend, and his fraternity brothers were like, we got to get rid of this guy.
Wow, Sweet Kai got you blackballed?
This is goofy.
Hey, what's up with Herb's ex-gal?
Doug, we want to talk about Herb's ex-girlfriend.
I don't know Herb's gal or the ex.
What about her? 3-dub.
Where is she?
Where is she?
Is she coming to my tailgate again this year?
Unlikely.
Oh, you got to make that happen.
I'll talk to her. He doesn't live in St. Louis anymore, though, so.
He's in NYC.
NYC. Hell's Kitchen.
He's doing things right.
That's
So,
certainly a matter of opinion.
I want to know where Licks went to college.
Doug, Mr. Licks, Jackson said Ole Miss, and Mr. Licks threatened litigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez. That's what set this whole thing
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
So he probably went to some weirdo liberal arts school in like the middle of Pennsylvania.
Oh,
got a degree in arts in like pottery. Ended up moving back to St. Louis because he couldn't find a job and had $300,000 in student loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
Finds a girl, gloms onto her. Her dad's a multimillionaire, owner of a hedge fund, and now he says he runs. That's, I would bet anything, what he does.
So he got some kind of liberal arts degree in the middle of Pennsylvania, unfortunately ran up a lot of student loan debt, found a girl, Obie Clark's maybe after a Blues game, and then the dad's got the hedge fund, and now that's what he's doing, and that's what you think is exactly Mr. Lick's story.
I bet Big Walt probably set him up. Just felt bad.
Big Walt,
Big
number
Walt
7,
has the
Doug.
biggest heart ever. So that's my theory.
Well, Mr. Licks has just responded. Why do you hate Colgate?
Oh, you went to Colgate.
Oh,
it's a good school.
I don't buy that for a second.
Toothpaste, no.
What's your daughter's status on this IQ test?
Oh, she's excited about it.
Nice. She's got to go against Iggy, Little Beer Cats, and Gluten-Free Park.
Yeah, I mean, she is. It didn't work out logistically for this weekend, but they are. She's like, yeah, I definitely want to do it. She kind of. I mean, she doesn't really obviously listen too often. She just hears bits and pieces of the radio show. She kind of knows who Iggy is.
Oh, wow. How about that, Iggy?
Well, because she was asking me, she was trying to get a scouting report. She's like, well, is he smart? And I'm like, I mean, I think you could beat him, but, I don't know. So I think Iggy is smart. Sneaky smart, quite honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky smart.
Yeah.
Mensa scholar.
Iggy, do you ever look back and just say, you know what, only if I had applied myself? Because you offer a lot. You do.
No, not really.
You're happy to be penniless?
No, I mean, he does that Megan Meyer thing. He's pretty involved in that.
Yeah.
That's not an easy thing to manage.
No.
But Iggy, these are real compliments here.
Well, those are.
I am.
Yeah, those are things that are kind of like.
Passion projects.
Yeah, close to the heart, and you know.
Oh yeah,
you
totally.
don't make any money
exactly.
off it. You just,
exactly. No.
But then
no, that IQ thing is going to be funny. It'll be good.
Little Beer Cats, I guess,
that.
wants to relay a message. I am also excited about this IQ test with the Tri-Delt. She's probably out of my league, but if she's a Tri-Delt, but game is game. I don't know if you want to refer Little Beer Cats to your daughter, but maybe we can make a love connection here, Doug.
Well, look, she's an adult now. She does have a boyfriend. You know him, Tim.
Yeah.
Great caddy. Great caddy.
Yeah. He really knows how to slow down my tempo when I'm attacking pins.
Right, in between my insults.
That's correct.
Yeah, if you can break them up. They've only been together for 2.5 years, so.
All right, Little Beer Cats.
Feel free.
Now you know the
Fire your
situation.
shot.
Yep. Got to put pucks on
I'll
net.
tell you what. You'll be better off if you were my son-in-law versus Lix's son-in-law, a hell of a lot better off.
What's your net worth now, Wacko?
I don't know. I haven't calculated it up this year.
Just ballpark,
So-
ballpark figure.
I think I'm north of 7 figures.
That doesn't give us much.
I think
Just give
I'm
us a
north of
ballpark
7
figure.
figures.
We finna be rich.
It's more than $1 million.
How about that, Doug?
All right.
We're talking to a real-life millionaire right here on
Right
this
here.
program.
Yeah.
Millionaire.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm terrified, though. I don't want this unrealized cap gains crap.
Yeah, that's going to kill us.
Will you be my daddy?
Yeah.
Clip that off.
Of course. Look, if you were destitute, Iggy, I'd take you in. I'd let you sleep at the office.
Sweet Kai has issued a response. Oh, so Warson Woods Wacko is going to take shots at me for working grounds, but his son-in-law's a caddy. Impressive. That's from Sweet Kai.
Well, hey, you dumbass.
Hey, come on
He's
now.
in college still. You literally graduated, well, at least I assume he graduated,
He did.
to greenskeeper. You're not even a greenskeeper. You run the mowers. You start work at 3 in the morning.
And it's not a
If the
son-in-law.
pin's not cut right, you get yelled at. And don't you suck at golf too?
Oh.
Didn't he suck, Jackson?
Jackson has his
He
ball
worked at a
striking.
golf course and he sucks.
He's pitiful, but what I will say is Sweet Kai will make a lot of money one day. He's an extremely
I
intelligent
bet he has.
individual.
I bet he has to do the push mower because he certainly can't sit on the riding mower after a night with his girl.
Just wait on my guy.
Mr. Licks has now issued a response. Wait, this guy isn't even north of 8 figures, and he talks S on me. It's not even worth my time.
Well, like I would tell you exactly what I was. I mean, that's the last thing I'm going to do. Okay, Lick, hey, I'm worth $100. There you go. How about that?
Gosh, that's not much.
Right.
That's not a lot.
I think Iggy's got me beat.
He could.
Yeah, barely, but I do.
There you go. So you can be in the balance sheet showdown, too.
I'm going to start going after Licks.
All right, he says, Frontenac Starbucks next week, balance sheet. Time for you to quiet down, W2 boy. You wouldn't even know what a K1 is if I slapped you in the face with it. It's Mr. Licks. Doug, the balance sheet showdown is going to take place after the IQ test.
So he doesn't think I know what a K1 is? Is that why I have like 4 of them on my tax return every year?
Oh, gosh, 4K1.
How many pages is his 1099?
Doug, he's an independent
investor?
contractor, it sounds like.
No, it's his, like, from his investments, like his interest and dividends.
You think we would know that?
Iggy, do you have Mr. Licks' investment portfolio?
No, I say we scrap the IQ test and just have you guys come in the studio with all of your portfolios and your W-2 forms and your 1099s and K1s and come on in and let's just
W-2.
Let's just
If your W-2 is your primary source of, like, your primary reporting tool for income.
That's the only one I give to Mark Bilden.
Yeah.
Still has to have it done by a professional.
That's why you're one paycheck away from the soup line, dude.
Oh, God, Doug. Orson Woods Wacko just walked up
The soup line.
like Mel
Government
Gibson in Braveheart to the king.
Mhm, you'll be eating government
Yeah.
cheese.
A W-2 is like an afterthought.
Oh, gosh.
Clip that off.
I'm sorry I'm not as wealthy as you guys.
Jackson, are you saving money?
Yeah. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies.
Yeah. Did
Multiple
your gal
firms.
talk to you, and are you guys talking about getting a wedding ring yet?
Oh, wow.
We've only been together like 7 months.
I'm looking for physical tells right now, Doug.
Oh, 100%. She's already starting to, like, throw out little hints.
She's younger than you, isn't she, right?
Yeah. Yep. She's a couple years
She is younger than you?
Mm-hmm.
Is she a like, she has a job, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so at least you're not going to be, like, dependent, like
Sweet Kai.
Kai. What happens if Kai's girlfriend says, you know what, I'm done with you? What happens to him?
He comes back to St. Louis and finds a job with his business degree that he has and makes money. And
He has a
good
business
life.
degree?
Yes.
He must have done really well to end up at the Muni golf course in Boston or wherever.
Well, I mean, given his situation, you know, he can't keep a job in a certain place when they're moving around like this.
Right. That's my point. He's totally dependent on her, and he's not even married.
Currently, yes. Currently, but
Right.
he's also, they're choosing to do this. If they lived in one place, he would get a full-time gig.
Yeah. Well,
He's not impressed at all.
really sorry.
What do you want from my guy?
to hear about that. Huh? What do I want him to do?
Yeah.
I want him to be a man. And, like, look at, let's take Herb, for instance.
Back on
He's
Herb.
a high achiever. He's a high achiever. I like Herb a lot.
Yeah, smart cat.
Do you like Herb, or were you
New
just
York.
really impressed by how attractive his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or whatever it was?
Dude, I'm not kidding, Tim. You would. I saw her walk up, and I noticed Jackson shortly after that. He was wearing like a Mizzou basketball warm-up. That was a South Carolina game last year.
Homecoming.
And
yeah.
Herb
Tearaway pants.
ate all of the pulled pork we had. He like devoured it. My wife was like, hey, that pulled pork's gone.
No,
Yeah.
he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Man, he's a carnivore, isn't he, Doug?
Well, he's kosher, so I can promise you he wasn't eating pulled pork.
Wait, that's what it was, and he was
Wow.
eating it.
He's a-
he may
he's
not
a
have
kosher
known it was
rebel.
pulled pork.
Oh, wow. You got to text him, Jackson.
Did he take part in one of our eating contests?
He did. Yeah, it was chicken wings. And the Plowhawk identified that he had a big hog.
Oh.
So maybe he does if he's got this beautiful lass, huh?
I mean, I'm being serious. She's a very beautiful woman.
Clip that off.
Huh.
God. She's
Jackson, is this accurate?
Yeah, she's attractive.
Wow, you just kind of downplay it.
Well,
Yeah, he
she's
blows it off. Yeah, I'd really like to. Yeah, I can't wait to see your gal.
I wasn't saying it. I just said she was attractive.
Wow.
Yeah, but you just rolled it off like, nothing.
Well, it's one
Nothing
of my
compared to what I got.
Closest
That was kind of how you
no,
went.
goodness.
Oh, it's one of his friends.
You're ice cold. It's a close friend of mine's ex-girlfriend. Like, I'm not going to be over here lamenting about how hot she.
Yeah, but your other friend was with her.
Oh, is that
I
a
know.
cock?
No, they were friends before they were dating. And he has a
Okay,
different
hold on.
girlfriend.
Hold on. Herb was with
Parsley.
the smoke show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was another guy that was with you that day at Mizzou.
Yeah, it's
Tall guy, played basketball.
Correct.
That dude is with the hot chick now.
No,
Herb's
sir.
ex.
No.
I thought you said that's what it was.
Who got
Nope.
cocked?
Nope.
So she just hangs around her ex-boyfriend and
Like-
you?
Yes, she and Herb were close friends before they dated. They dated, and now they're back to being friends. Herb has a different girlfriend who he's been with for like 4 or 5 years.
I see. Okay. Well, we have some questions about her now.
Uh-oh, now Herb, Doug, is gone from glorious to questionable.
Where does Kai fit in all of this?
Kai's out in Cape Cod. We went from him.
Cutting grass.
Where did Kai grow up in St. Louis?
Pretty close to here. He went to Ladue. I think.
That really narrows it down, dude.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going
Easy.
to. Okay, yeah, let me give you the exact address of his parents' home.
No, I just want the general area.
Off Olive.
Ladue.
In Creve Coeur.
Oh, he's with you. That's why you guys are buddies. Did he go to Ladue too?
Yeah.
My wife went to Ladue, by the way.
Oh,
Nice.
Now, what did her dad
Yeah.
do?
Due time.
Have all that money.
What's that?
What did her dad do to have all that money?
He was in the Lucky Sperm Club.
Oh,
Yeah.
This turned into a Chairman Steve call.
Iggy. Iggy, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you at Megan Meyer in a couple weeks. It'll be good.
Yeah, you got a team? I mean,
Yeah.
you got it all
We'll
filled
be out
out?
there.
Okay. Yeah, that was Jamie Burkhardt who donated his team back. And
what a gesture.
Wore someone's wacko motor.
Right. I just talked to Jamie the other day.
He's a wonderful gentleman.
My lease is up, so I'm getting a new car, and he's taking care of it.
Look at that, Doug.
So, MDX, Doug.
those are gorgeous cars.
That's right.
Beautiful
They are.
cars. Yeah.
The recovering alcoholic says, I am deep inside of Kai as we speak. So
No.
if you want him to relay a message.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Is it? It's just weird how the recovering alcoholic, everyone else can bang away on his wife, but he zeroes in on Kai, and he wants to take Kai down.
Mm-hmm.
Kai is never allowed to be with recovering alcoholic's wife, ever.
It's real
He's
shame.
taken.
Kai is kosher?
No,
He's kosher. Herb is kosher.
But loved the pulled pork at the South Carolina tailgate.
News to me. Every time we go to get Chinese food, he won't let us get sweet and sour pork.
And he ate chicken wings at our eating contest.
Chicken wings are kosher. Those are fine.
Jackson, you guys walked up, I swear, and you were wearing, I'm not kidding, like baggy sweats. It looked
No,
like
I
you just
was
rolled
not.
out of bed.
Why were you so poorly
I was
dressed?
wearing a Mizzou T-shirt and a pair of like pants, chinos. They were Mugsies, if you must know.
Nice.
Well, they look like crap either way.
No.
And then Herb was there, and I couldn't take my eyes off his ex. And my wife tells me, like, hey, I think that guy just ate all the pulled pork.
I would legitimately be shocked. I just have never seen him eat pork before.
Well, yeah, well, I was shocked in multiple ways. One, I didn't think I thought he was kosher. But two, the fact he could put that much inside of him. He's not a big dude.
He ripped the chicken wing.
You look like Orlando Pace.
Herb's a tiny man.
No, not really. He's like 2 inches shorter than me.
Yeah. 2 inches shorter than you.
But well
you go
hung.
what?
But well hung. We all acknowledge he's well hung, correct?
It seems to be the consensus.
I would love to hear how that happened. How Darren knows that.
He has,
Darren knows that he's well
He picks
hung.
up tells.
Yeah, he does.
He picks up tells.
Yeah. Iggy, I guarantee you would come off the bench if you saw this chick. I mean, I'm 52, so my prime days are way behind me. But she would, you would actually get on top for that.
Oh, gosh.
Send me a pic.
Yeah, Jackson, do we have any pictures?
I mean, I guess.
Nice. I want to see what's doing. I want to see what has you all worked up like this. I've never heard you all worked up like this.
That's true. You haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just very attractive woman.
Wow.
She caught my eye.
Congratulations to Warson Woodwacko, because I think he helped us set a record.
What's that?
Oh, this is the longest 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock hour? 7 o'clock hour.
7 o'clock
Still in the 7 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
We took like a
almost 9.
shadow break. Like we were about to go to break, and then someone sent in a text about Ole Miss or something. We
That's
kept
all
going.
it was. I was sending it to break at like 8:10.
Yeah. How it goes.
Tim, I'm actually just stretching this call out because Cameron's working for us now.
Ah, Cameron. Wonderful
he's in-
caddy.
He's in there right now, like looking at me because I told him our schedule, and we're about 15 minutes behind what I said.
Hey, I hate to
we can
interrupt.
Keep talking.
Yes, Chairman.
Oh, Chairman Kurt's interrupting your call now, Warson Woodwacko.
Jackson, can you patch 2 callers in at once?
Yeah.
2 callers in at once?
Go ahead and
Whoa,
go to line 2.
Is this Herb? Is it Herb's girlfriend? Is it Mr. Licks? I mean, what do we have here, Doug? What a special treat.
I don't know.
And right at 9 o'clock, even though we're still in the 7 o'clock hour. What a moment.
Hit the lever.
All right.
Powder.
Who do we have on?
This is Sweet Kai.
Hey, Kai.
Oh,
Sweet Kai and the Warson Woods Wacko are going to go.
Hi,
Yeah,
Kai.
I mean, I just don't understand why this has turned into the Kai slander hour.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, buddy.
Well, let me tell you when it started. When you started being well kept by your girlfriend, that's when it started.
Yeah. Do you want me to apologize for being able to land down a nice woman?
No, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just pointing out that you're willing to succumb because you don't want to cut or chart your own path. Why don't you say to her, like, hey, you know what? I want to move back to St. Louis because I want to mow the greens at Westboro.
Because the best thing we ever did was leave St. Louis.
Oh, Doug.
God, who is this
Doug.
guy? Some sort of kook.
I know you think Orson Woods is the top of the mountaintop, but there's a lot more out there. You should
really
go see
don't.
what else this country has to offer. There's a lot that lies outside of St. Louis
Well,
proper.
so I actually grew up in Southern California. I went to school in
Nice,
Arizona.
then you should understand.
So I do, and I've never claimed that Orson Woods was the peak of living and experience. I will tell you St. Louis is the best decision I made to raise a family.
How about that, Doug?
I agree with that, 100%.
I don't have kids.
Right, and you're not going to have them until your girlfriend says, we're going to have kids.
Well,
Because
yeah, I
what
think
if
it would need to
so
be
if you went in there, Kai, let me tell you, if she wanted to have kids and you're like, I don't know, you're having kids.
Well, the nut comes from me, mister, so I don't know.
The nut comes from you?
Clip that off.
I don't think she can impregnate herself.
I bet you're going to be one of those, like the first man to have a baby.
Yeah, good one,
Fella. Hey, what did the stump meter read you
All right,
today?
boys, I got bunkers to rake. This is fun,
You're
but
sweet,
sorry to bother you, Kai.
this Warson Woods weirdo guy he's really dragging me down today, and I'm trying to be more like that one guy who always starts off the day. He's like, "Let's have a great day, guys. We're gonna have a great weekend and everything." All right, love you all.
See you in 10 days, Kai.
See you,
Sweet Kai.
Bye, Kai.
The sweet one.
Yep.
See, that's the difference between me and him. He had to go probably because his girlfriend was like, get off the phone.
Oh. You think he might become pregnant?
Yeah, I mean, have you not been reading the news, Doug?
I have.
Men are women and women are men. Men can menstruate.
We can't tell anymore.
They can put
Time
the
to take a
egg
break.
up the rectum, and then you can have the baby out of your butt.
Cut that off.
God.
We got a balloon party topic.
Like that one.
Mr. Lick says, stop saying you grew up in Southern California. What you really mean is Bakersfield.
Oh, God. If you only knew.
That's oil country, right?
There's some oils there. There's a lot of, they grow a lot of onions there. So there's a great book called The Onion Field, which is, Doug, you probably know what that is.
It's a movie, too, right?
Yeah, The Onion Field Murders.
I don't believe I know that, no.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened in the 70s. That's where the Lindbergh Law came into effect. So it was about a guy kidnapped two cops and took them to the onion field and killed them. It's a very great book. It's a great book. It really happened. But
the question is, where did you live? It wasn't a book report.
Where did I live?
Yeah.
I lived in Newport Beach.
Oh gosh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yep. So
You should
my
have stayed
dad bought
there.
that house
It's
when he
probably
came
nice.
home from Vietnam.
Oh.
And it was back then. This was like mid to late 60s.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as desirable to live near the ocean.
Really?
So, yeah, I know. You can't even think like that now. So he was able to buy something relatively cheap, and
God bless.
That's where I grew up.
Yeah, that's about as high dollar real estate as there is in the country, I would think.
Yeah, my brother and I won't let him sell it. You know, because we want to reap the benefits, not him.
Yes, I'm sure.
He's
It's more important. But
He's the
you're
one that
happy.
went to war, not us.
Right, right. So you should get everything. not
Amen.
him.
That's great. That's the right way to do it. Wacko, we got to go. We want to stay on longer, but we got to go. It's 9:05, and we've set a new record.
Love all you guys. Ty, I love you. Herb, I love you. Licks, if you were on fire, I'd help put you out.
Oh, wow.
And this is good banter. Iggy, can't wait to see you in a couple weeks.
There you go.
Jackson, see you soon at a football game, I'm sure.
Fight Tiger.
KG, look up the Tried-Out. She'll be in town tonight. If you want me to get you in touch with her.
Oh, wow.
Is she going to the game?
Yeah. And her
yeah.
mother's going to be there, too. You can go hang out with her.
Yeah, put me in touch.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I will, boys.
There he is, Doug.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Orson Woods Wacko. There he is. What a moment. We have set a new record, 9:06. Unbelievable. The 8 o'clock hour is up next.
Yeah.
And it's brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store.
You have to get in a time machine to get into
That's
it.
right. And then we'll have the 9 o'clock hour coming your way on the program as well. That's brought to you by 5P Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance. And then we have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. And boy, I'll tell you what. I mean, what a moment. to break this record. The sexual frustration between two HD2 listeners de-measuring their wealth in a minor league town where the biggest story of the day is Chesterfield Mall closing up shop is chef's kiss delicious. Wacko and Licks loiter in Clayton at 3 p.m. to see if the Jones and BDO interns think their Tommy Bahama slippers and Travis Matthews hats make them attractive because their wives ignore them. Please advise that Jim Lemon, St. Louis is the Normandy of Missouri.
Oh.
Doug, it's 9:07. Why don't we close out the 7 o'clock hour brought to you by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. This is TMA presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Looking for the perfect spot for your next private event? Whether it's a baby shower, bridal shower, birthday party, or business meeting, Rosalita's has you covered. Enjoy the vibrant atmosphere in one of Rosalita's 2 exclusive private rooms with a customized menu that is perfect for your upcoming event. And if you're planning a date night, don't miss the lively mariachi nights every Friday and Saturday. Plus, Rosalita's gift cards make the perfect gift for any occasion. Come celebrate at Rosalita's, where every event is a fiesta. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad. After a serious car accident, people have 2 questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor. It does not provide tax advice.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Ready to step your game up to the next level? 5P Academy is the place for any high-level 8 to 18-year-old football player. Based in O'Fallon, Missouri, we have national travel, 7-on-7, and flag football teams with professional coaches. Pre-registration for our 2025 season tryouts in November is open now. Come be a part of the championship-winning 5P family. For more details, email info@5pacademy.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rake. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't. For ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Another blues season is coming. Get ready for the second annual Blues and Brews event, Friday, September 20th at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. Get fired up for another blues season at this outdoor street party featuring live music from country music star Matt Stell and St. Louis's own Charles Glenn Group, plus appearances by blues players and alumni, food trucks, giveaways, and more. Tickets are just $20 and on sale now. Blues and Brews, presented by Bud Light, 92.3 WIL and 101 ESPN. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
You gotta be on acid to understand what's going on this show.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Welcome back. It's TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Doug, it's 9:14, but this is the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour.
That makes sense to me.
It's the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour, and that's just because we just set a record for the 7 o'clock hour, going to, what was the final number, Jackson? 9:07, I believe.
Yeah.
So that means we went 2 straight hours.
Yep. We had a lot of breaking news, which is no news.
The Warson Woods Wacko and Sweet Sweet Kai showdown. Oxford, Mississippi's institution took some heat, and that led to a wonderful 2-hour segment. Didn't even mention the Cardinals played.
A lot of stations won't touch these topics.
Yep.
They don't want anything to do with them.
Yep.
Because too controversial.
Thank you. We'll do it. This hour brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, providing you with quality American-made Marvin windows and doors. Visit their showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, Illinois, or online at fisherwindow.com. You can text into the Schaefer Door Company text inbox 314-881-TMA5. It's Schaefer Door. Doug, how do you spell Schaefer?
SCHAEFFER.
No.
Schaefer.
No,
no.
You added too many F's. Really blew it up.
Schaefer. SCHAEFER.
Yes.
Schaefer.
That's right. SchaeferDoor.com. Yeah. Or you can call or text 636-782-3608. It's going to get you the quickest response time. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs. And they have Monday morning standby service for those doors that break over the weekend. And they service commercial doors as well. So if you run a business or warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in those types of jobs as well. Plus, they're hiring. So if you're looking to go work with Schaefer Door Company, you can call or text 636-782-3608. Schaefer Door is a Clopay Master Authorized dealer. Jackson, you want to tell people about Mark Hanna? Because he's with Evergreen Wealth Strategies.
Love that Mark Hanna. Really, really intelligent human. Someone you want in your corner. You'll start with a 15, 20-minute phone call when you decide to work with Mark Hanna, and you'll know right away that this is the guy for you. This is the guy that's going to help guide you through your financial future, talk about what you need, your current situation is, where you want to be, and then after about 15, 20 minutes, you set up a plan. He'll educate you through it. If you have to get on the phone with him and change up the plan, you always can. He loves talking to his clients, and he's so good at conveying his message. That's what sets him apart. That's why I work with Mark Hanna. Call Mark Hanna today.
314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com. And Doug, you won't believe it, but there's another Mark in these studios, and his name is Mark Milton, and he is back.
That's right, boys. How we doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
Guess who's back again. Milty's back
back.
I'm not guilty. I'm with Milty.
There you
How
go.
about that?
Love it.
Mark Milton, it's so wonderful to see you. We will talk about your gin, but first, you have been working on something for a number of years that got you attention all over, and now we have an update on the status. Tell the story, if you would. I can't wait to hear it.
Sure. Yeah. As you know, April 2021, myself, along with another attorney, Beavis Schock, who's kind of a well-known attorney in St. Louis, more of a constitutional, I call him a rabble-rouser. We teamed up, me being a tax lawyer, me having filed earnings tax refund claims for clients for years. In the wake of the pandemic, the city decided, we're not going to issue refunds to people for teleworking days any longer, despite the fact that there was no change in the law. They made that announcement about halfway through 2020, but we couldn't file a lawsuit because it wasn't ripe until someone got denied their refund claim. So that didn't happen until April of 21. We filed suit, more than 3 years of litigation, appeals, and all that. We eventually won at the trial court. The city judge said, these guys are right. You can't do what you're doing. You can't tax teleworking. You're only liable for earnings tax for days you work in the city. Of course, the city appealed. We were upheld at the Missouri Eastern District Court of Appeals. And at that point, we only had relief for our 6 individual plaintiffs. So we were still going to press forward and go to the Missouri Supreme Court and ask for class action relief, because that was something we were denied early. Class action's tricky. There's some bad case law that says in a tax case you can't get class action, and that was sort of why the lower court dismissed the class action originally. We still felt we needed to get a change in the law, basically from the Missouri Supreme Court, for us to get class action. Literally at the 11th hour, before we were going to file our appeal to the Supreme Court, the city came to us and said, in the collector's office, Gregory FX Daly, his attorney, came to us and said, we're willing to, sort of say uncle. You could say Uncle Milty if you want. Or we're willing to say uncle and stop litigating, and we're going to agree to issue refunds to everyone who submits a claim for them for their teleworking days, going back all the way to tax year 2020, which may have been barred by the statute of limitations at that point. So we couldn't, of course, they also said, I think we said, well, are we going to get any attorney's fees? And they said, F off, basically. Yeah. So, but we couldn't at that point not agree, because we felt like that's why we brought this case, is we felt like there were a lot of people that were harmed by the decision, and they were entitled by the law to their money. So we settled, and but what that did is they set a 90-day window for people to submit their claims if they hadn't already. And so you have until September 30th to submit a claim, and you can submit a claim you have to do it for each tax year. So 2020, 21, 22, and 23. If you worked for a city-based employer and you lived outside the city and you worked from home any number of days, you're entitled to a prorated refund based on those days.
I got
Plus
my
interest.
check just the other day. Thank
Plus
you,
interest.
Milty.
And you got interest.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Plus interest.
I'm guessing the city agreed to this because you have to file as opposed to class action, where then everyone would have been involved, and they're banking on the fact that most people won't file.
Right, and you've got the summer window too. It was July, August, and now we're into almost September, and so that's why I'm out there encouraging people to file. Either do it yourself. If you want to hire us, I'm very transparent. We're charging a fee for it because we didn't want to be the 1-800-TAX helpline on this issue. Mm-hmm. But if you want to go to the collector's website, you can download the forms. A lot of people, get kind of overwhelmed with that, and so we're charging a 15% fee based on the anticipated refund amount. We've done hundreds already. Average refund claims about $1,800. We've had as much as 7,000. Somebody's gotten back, and we do them as little as $100. Like we got a fee of $15 to do somebody's refund for them. So I just want to get the word out. I think we fought for 3+ years on this issue, and it would be a shame if the people who are entitled to these refunds
didn't get their money.
Yeah.
So go to stltaxlawyer.com, and you might have some money just sitting there waiting for you, Doug.
About how many people you estimate may have been working from home and not in the city?
So I think it could be. I think there are probably tens of thousands, maybe as many as 100,000 people that could be impacted just based on some of the collector's office has been sort of cagey around that issue. I know the media's tried to get information, but it's definitely potentially tens of millions of dollars. Although, the city, and look, you guys know, I am a huge proponent of St. Louis, and we've been attacked for trying to bankrupt the city and all this stuff that we've kind of faced some backlash on. And my feeling is, look, the earnings tax is important, but they rely on it too much. I mean, 75% of the earnings tax prior to the pandemic got paid by non-residents. And so it's almost like a drug. They've become so dependent on it. And so the city has to find another way to get by, because it's a huge deterrent for businesses to want to go back. You've already seen, law firms, and they're not announcing it, right? They're sort of quietly leaving downtown, the city, because it's so easy. St. Louis is one of few cities that even has an earnings tax, and of those that do, nowhere is easy to just move to another jurisdiction, location, and avoid it. And so that's a huge problem for St. Louis. I know it's going to be up on the ballot in 2026. City voters have to renew it every 5 years. It'll be really interesting, because I think at some point you got to kind of hold leaders accountable and find another path forward, because it doesn't seem sustainable to me.
Well, we have some great leaders.
Right. They'll continue to.
And I might say, I gotta say, I almost listened to the entire first segment, which was all
2 hours. Doug, a record-setting.
And I will admit, I am a Warson Woods resident, and I've really been torn over this whole war between Wacko and I personally very much enjoy Licks, and now Kai's in the. I mean, it's really hard. It's kind of. I don't know how you guys. I don't know how to keep it all straight, to be quite honest with you.
Doug has a flow chart in that notebook.
All the different warring factions. It's quite difficult to keep straight.
Well, you're getting questions sent in here. The Schaefer Door Company text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. Hey, Milty, two-parter. If my wife was servicing gentlemen on the corner of Jefferson and Gravois in 2020, does she have a claim? And second,
let me guess who it's from.
Yeah, you can take a guess.
That's in the city. That's in the city.
I thought he was suspended.
Yeah. So no claim.
Is that twinkie redheaded frat brother of yours that I was on the down low with while we smoked meth together still around? How's he been?
We're talking about legal procedures.
He brings up these for University of Illinois. I mean, I don't even remember seeing the recovering alcoholic.
He was on the down low.
Yeah, apparently. First question, yes, she would be liable for it if the services were performed. And that would be a service as opposed to work. So that was a big issue, statutory interpretation. So services performed in the city, such as those, would be subject to the 1%
taxable
earnings
event?
tax. Yeah, and they're talking no tax on tips, which I find interesting for the industry, or for that, the sex worker, because with Trump and now Kamala Harris both arguing for no tax on tips, how will that impact the industry? Right? I mean, Doug,
you got to think about that.
Because traditionally, it's been an industry where, they've kind of often evaded the tax man, and now they might have a free pass.
We've got Janine Lindenmoller.
It'll be interesting.
Maybe they'd have an easier time finding people to work in restaurants.
You're talking resident. I was talking about the sex worker.
Oh,
but you
get your head out of the gutter.
That's who he represents. He represents the people.
Oh. Gosh.
Let's see. Mark, thank you for your work on this matter. I have completed my forms. How quickly is the city acting on the forms? Also, do you send your forms by certified mail? That's from the Oakville Hoosier.
So I would recommend definitely some sort of tracking. You can send it certified mail. You can also submit them via email, which, is kind of you might want to put a password on it or something, but it's a nice way to make sure you've got that proof of delivery for sure. And I will say they are issuing. Gregory FX Daly's office has done an incredible job of processing these refunds. We're seeing people get them within a week. I don't know the total volume they're facing, but they really have. I want to applaud them for sticking by their word, and they are generating these refunds. And now I will say they seem to be focused on 20, 21, and 22 because those are the older years. The 2023 tax year deadline is actually not until next April. So I have seen where they have not sent the 20. We submit them all at once for all the years, but they are seem to be prioritizing those earlier years. But they're fast and furious. They're getting them out.
And if people just don't have a clue what to do, they should call your office or contact you.
Here's what you do: you go to stltaxlawyer.com. We actually hijacked the stltaxlawyer.com website and just turned it into the refund submission webpage for this 90-day period. It's very self-explanatory. The key information you need are the number of days that you were not working in the city. I tell people, you can kind of recreate your calendar if you need to, but for some people, they were told you're out of the office on March 18th, 2020, and they know exactly when they didn't come back until X date. So all those days, not including holidays and weekends, would be the way you calculate it. Other people are using fob records, right? If you're working in an office building or parking records, they have most of the employers are able to provide you with that data to show when you came in and out of the building. You also need someone at your employer or former employer who's willing to sign off on it. And that's been something, honestly, we've had to kind of kind of cut through some of the red tape with some of these employers who. Some have been really almost cagey with it, so we've had to kind
They don't
of
wanna
lay the smack down a little bit. I've had some pretty contentious phone calls and email exchanges. Like you're preventing your people from getting money they're owed, and I don't know what their motive is.
Yeah, well, yeah. What's the angle?
I don't know. It's some of it is I think just annoyed. They don't want to be bothered with it. It's some of it may be loyalty or feeling like they're doing the city a disservice by doing this. But I think most have come around now, and it has taken some pressure from me and others to say, look, this is not you're not signing this under penalty of perjury. You're not really exposing yourself. All you're doing is, this person worked for me. They're saying it's this number of days. We can verify that that's the case. So we've made progress there. But again, it's a tight window, so it's been frustrating for some of these employers. And also, I will add, somebody actually messaged me earlier. As an employer, if you're able to get this data to show how many days your employees worked outside the city, as a city-based employer, you're entitled to a 0.5% payroll tax refund. Because so employers also pay a 0.5% in addition to the employee paying 1%. A lot of people don't realize that. So, it behooves them, I think, to figure out a way to do this so that they can get money back for themselves.
How about that?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, that does make sense. STLTaxLawyer.com is where you can go and find out the information from Mark Milton on how you might have some money sitting out there. This guy is so much better to listen to than that cuck wacko guy. Definitely was bullied in school. That's Mr. Siders, usually critical of Jackson's 7-iron distance, now focused on the Warson Woods. Wacko. Mark, how is your game? 16.9 index?
Surging. I would say my game right now is on the uptick.
Doug, this guy's in form right now.
16.9. I think I texted you I shot an 89 at Glen Echo a few weeks ago. I've never broken 90 out there with a triple on 17.
Oh. And boy, 17's so gettable. I mean, if you're going to get a hole, get 17.
Well, so here's the frustrating thing. I smashed my drive.
This guy can hit it long for a 16.9.
He's a big fella.
I left it in a bad spot, though. I hit the drive was about 300 yards. I had 40 yards left, that's a tough distance for me. Over a bunker.
Well, you're just taking it maybe back to 8 o'clock with your 58 there.
Over
just 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock.
Over a bunker. Not much of a landing spot. Of course, I put it in the bunker. Bladed the bunker over the green, and
and all hell broke loose.
So that would have been an even more magical.
So we should have been at about 85, but you saw you were going to shoot well, and you blew it up intentionally, and you did some handicap maintenance. I've seen this. Right. This is going to play into member guests all over the area, that 17th hole.
Yep.
And it's a sharp move. Don't you have enough after winning this lawsuit?
No, I don't. That's the thing. I told you, we didn't get attorney's fees.
How about that?
What's that? We didn't get attorney's fees?
But it is it's principle. I mean, it really is.
Principle, and it's been, for me as a, tax lawyer and somebody that, fights for taxpayers. I mean, it really was kind of the case of a lifetime for me to have that opportunity and to have the result we did was pretty cool.
Who are you catching hell from? Like anybody reputable, or is it like Twitter accounts?
Look at we've got some sponsored ads out there. And it's funny, it's like, they said, like, these sleazebag lawyers, all they care about is money. I want to be like, hey, do you realize I was the one that did this with no assurance of no guarantee? I mean, had we not done it, I mean, they might have had to pay out some refunds, but I really do think our ability to fight them, and also we waged a PR campaign. And I will say, that was, Beavis taught me a lot about the media, and I'll never forget, we were coming out of the courthouse after one of the hearings, and the great Kevin Killeen, I know he's not here at Hubbard, but he was a legendary reporter at KMOX, he's retired. Beavis taught me about doing press releases and making sure the media is aware of what you're doing. And he interviewed us after the hearing, and I said, "Hey, Kevin, thanks for being here." He goes, "No, thank you guys. Like, you make the news happen." And it was like kind of an interesting moment. I mean, they're always looking for stories, right?
Sure,
and this one, I think historically, people have been more sympathetic to the city. But given what's happened the last few years, I think people are like, all right, enough's enough. Like, you're going to you basically strong-arm people. You've always given these refunds. There's been no change in the law. And I think the publicity generally was on our side, and you had the Post-Dispatch and the Business Journal covered it, and we're all very supportive. It's it's the Twitter trolls, it's the people you deal with. So
but from a micro standpoint, the principle is correct. I mean, the judge in the city ruling for you speaks to that, much less the actual principle. And then from a macro perspective for the region, this 1% earnings tax, number one, it's non-sustainable, it's anti-business, it's anti-growth, and it's a drug, I think, in some capacity that the city
has been addicted to sustain, when in reality it hasn't presented really sustenance. It's actually been anti-growth. And so it calls attention to the flaw of this. And I realize most people don't own businesses that are in the city. Plenty of people do, but not most. And I had my business in the city, and I reached out to you. You knocked that out in like an hour. They just like it pucks on net. Sound Story's never been set up. Sound Story's only 4 years old, I guess, from an LLC standpoint. Never been in city zip codes, and they still send me things for the 1% earnings tax. Now, Inside STL did have offices in the city for a number of years, almost a decade, and you're just lighting 1% on fire. I mean,
and also I was from a macro level. Kansas City has an earnings tax under the exact same statute that they're allowed to have it under Missouri law, and they gave the refunds. And if you look at two cities that are really going in different directions, I was in Kansas City a few weeks ago for a conference. You look at their downtown; they had, Luke Bryan was playing at the T-Mobile Arena. The Power and Light was, it felt that their downtown had a different vibe to it, and they issued the refunds, and they were very proactive about it. They budgeted for it. I mean, this was like right out of the gate. And St. Louis took the exact opposite approach. And and also when you're antagonizing, you're pitting employer against employee, right? That would happen too, because the employer would say, well, I got to keep withholding this earnings tax because they're going to come after me if I don't. That was the AT&T case. AT&T also sued. Brian Cave, one of the biggest law firms in the world, got a hit with a notice from the earning. Where do you think they're going to go when their lease is up in Metropolitan Square? And you're antagonizing.
Why would you stay?
You're antagonizing.
Core issue, does.
Why wouldn't you move 5 miles to Clayton and set up there?
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. And so they need to be rolling out the red carpet for people and businesses, not antagonising them and treating them.
You can't tax a city, a state, an economy into prosperity.
No. Well,
it works the opposite way.
Well,
you see, the states that are thriving, Tennessee, Nevada, Florida, Texas, it's because they have no state income tax at all, and businesses are flocking there.
Well, and the interesting thing, too, I mean, if you look at the 1% earnings tax, it's actually a very regressive tax. Like, it impacts the poor more than it does the wealthy in terms of it's a 1% no matter how much you make. Whereas our income tax, like state and federal, is progressive in the sense that, the more you make, the higher percentage of your dollar is taxed. Whereas the 1% applies across the board. So it's more detrimental to the person who's making $40,000 to be coughing up $400 a year as opposed to the guys making $400,000. 4,000 may not have as big of an impact on them. So it'll be interesting. I think 2026 will be a unique opportunity. City voters can stand up and say, hey, we're done with this. We're going to make, and then it's a phase out too. So if they say we're done with the earnings tax, then the city has 10 years to figure out another plan. It'll phase out over 10 years. So it's not like they're just pulling the carpet out from under them. I mean, look at the Dome. They've got this, I don't know if you follow that story, the convention center.
$150 million.
Yeah, and you've got money sitting there from the Rams settlement. You've got ARPA money. They got $530 million from the federal government to deal with COVID. They have $280 million that if they don't use it, they have to send it back, the city. And they have not figured out.
We have no use in the city for any money whatsoever.
I agree with Doug.
Everything's done.
But I mean, you look at it, it's like that's a management leadership problem. That's not we don't have enough money. It's just it's a dysfunctional system right now. So the cries about, we're losing this earnings tax revenue, I think, is misplaced.
How can it be so dysfunctional when everybody's on the same political party? Wouldn't you think it'd be easy
I think that's part of the problem. I think when you are run by a uniparty, it's harder to have dissent. I mean, you want to go to the extremes. There's no middle ground. I think Gabe Gore, I think, has been a huge blessing for the city in terms of the circuit attorney's office. He's turned that office. He walked into a very difficult situation, low morale, just lost a ton of good people. He's brought a lot of people back. I think crime is a huge, they got to start with crime, and I think you're starting to see some positive trends there. But you got to have people. I mean, you go down. I was downtown on Tuesday. I hosted an event at the MAC. Brought in a bunch of people from around the country, a tax conference, and it was almost like I felt like I was giving a propagandized tour because we took a shuttle from the MAC to the game. It was like, I was pointing out things, but I was like, do not walk, do not, Uber if you're going to, because you could. Some people, one guy last year at this event, he went to the ballpark rooftop, the Hilton, for some drinks and walked home. I go, I mean, you're lucky you're alive right now.
Did he get beheaded or anything?
Well, no, that's what he didn't know. And so, I just think we have such a walkable downtown, in terms of other major cities.
That is true.
That is true. From you lived on Wash Ave, it's very. doable to walk from
we would
Wash
walk
Ave.
from our place to Cardinal games.
But it's not the distance that's stopping people. It's all the little pockets of, kind of.
What do you think? We kind of think the same way on a lot of things. I'm curious. I've presented this. I actually, and I realize it's kind of an obvious game theory play because it's at a low and nobody would be on it. But I would buy stock in St. Louis just because I think the infrastructure is there. The leadership is obviously, but the infrastructure is there that I think that this would be the time to buy because of what you're talking about, walkable downtown infrastructure, that I think that at some point there aren't a lot of places who have what St. Louis actually has as far as a foundation goes, and it's at its lowest value right now.
I agree with you, and I think residential is the key. I don't know that office occupancy is going to come back as quick as people might hope, and I think just office dynamics have changed. But I think there's still a market like Ballpark Steve. I mean, he retired, and I guess he still works. Does he work?
Doug questions what he does for a living.
He just looks at the comps from a couple other houses.
So I mean, if you look at the demographics, I've done some studies on the St. Louis demographics. It's actually white wealthy people are moving into the city, and actually black families are leaving. And there's some stats that show like in 20 years. The city will have like no children. I mean, it's really kind of shocking to see the demographic
You
trends.
can't send them to school.
Right.
They
So
can't
if you
figure the
can
schools out yet.
I mean, North County, people are moving to St. Charles, they're moving to the Illinois side for like you said, schools and work and opportunities. So I think there is an opportunity to bring people in, and maybe it's young people, maybe it's incentivizing, Wash U grads and SLU grads and Mizzou grads. I mean, they go to Dallas, they go to Chicago, they go to DC. I mean, that's a huge miss, I think, from St. Louis's standpoint, is losing young people to other
100%.
cities.
It's been this way since I was in school.
And that's what I worry about with my own kids. It's like I want them to have opportunities and to frankly have a fun, young professional life at some point. And I think St. Louis, Clayton's got some good things going on, but I do think there is opportunity for residential redevelopment. The McGowans did it in the 90s.
Yeah,
I mean, they redid Wash Ave. But again, if you don't get crime under control, I mean, you can't have. We had drag racers out. We were in our seminar was in the second floor at the MAC, and you got people drag racing in the middle of the day. You're hearing, music.
You get to watch some good races.
People talk about hearing gunshots at night. So I think
of July, they're shooting fireworks at people as they leave the yard.
I saw they just canceled the Q and the Lou because of So I think safety is the number one priority. If people don't feel safe, you're never gonna come back. So I think you got to tackle that, and then hopefully some industrious people will come in and try to redevelop. But
I think from a VC standpoint, I'm just like, there's an opportunity here. Larry Thornton, how about this? Big Missouri fan says, can this fella have his own podcast? He's bringing knowledge, loving it. You used to have your own podcast.
We did. Me and the Smash. Yeah. He taught me. Actually, I had a big breakfast before this, so you might have seen that little indigestion. He taught me,
Doug,
do not eat. Do not
eat
before you go on air, and I made that mistake. Smash was, great on that. So.
Well, great to see you. Welcome back to the show,
Yes,
and it's wonderful to have Mark Milton in studio. STLTaxLawyer.com.
And if I may say, so I took a little break, and I just want to be clear. So when I left to start my own law firm in 2017, I literally was in my basement in Warson Woods. That's where I started the
always goes back to Warson.
Milton Law Group. And I got on board with this show like before I even moved into an office space, and it was the best decision I made as a business owner.
How about that?
I'm just saying. So I tell people all the time, if you've got a product or a service that is unique, or you can. And I think also being a listener is helpful, because I think there's credibility with that and all that. But it really was the best decision I made early on, was to be a sponsor of this show. It's been so great for me and the firm, and you might be surprised to learn there are a lot of degenerates that listen to this program that have tax problems. That may come as a surprise.
Doug, you seem alarmed.
The fact that they even pay taxes at all is a surprise.
Cut off Doug. He's gone rogue again. Mark, great to see you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
There he is.
Appreciate
That's
it.
Mark Milton. STLTaxLawyer.com is where you go if you would like to get this refund. That is Mark Milton. Great to see you, Mark. Trending right now at 16.9. He's going to be single digit before you know it.
Oh, gosh.
Great to have Mark
Well, he's
Milton.
gonna make
And a great endorsement for the program. That's why I always say we got the studio sponsorship available. I'm telling you. And I realize it's like, oh, you're saying this because you're involved in the show. I'm just telling you. I spent advertising dollars in a bunch of different markets, bunch of different stations, and it was TMA 101 and 2 podcasts in Minneapolis that gave Sound Story the highest return on investment. But TMA is always number one. And listen, I would rather have other places do what TMA does. So I know it sounds biased and people don't believe in it, whatever. But that's the truth, and you've heard from Mark Milton on it. You've You've heard from Mark Hanna on it. You've heard from Jamie Burkhardt on it. James Carlton, if I didn't mention him. Either way, you see what's going on. And
Milty is right here.
Team McKernan at InsideSTL.com.
Presenting people with a way to
get
money back. And you don't have to do anything. He'll do it for you.
Milty gives me bulgy in my panties?
Okay.
Little Tommy Tribbles wears panties?
I think a lot of the listeners do.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. All right, Doug, we got a break because we got to start the 9 o'clock hour.
That's right. Okay.
And that's going to be the 5P Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance 9 o'clock hour coming your way with the Design Air Heating and Cooling email. Then Jackson and I are going to go down the hallway. They're going to be happy because the Cardinals are showing signs of life.
Big W last night. That's got us right back in this thing.
That's exactly right.
But Murray State comes a-calling in less than 12 hours. And then Lindenwood goes to shock the world in Lawrence, Kansas.
That would be one of the biggest stories of the week if Linden.
I can't find a place to bet it. I can't find Missouri either.
Really?
Yeah. Does your spot have it? Circa? Tell me about Circa.
I'll be
Does it
happy
have
to-
it?
Happy to tell
But
you
I was
about
looking all over to try to throw some cash on these
I
things.
saw it on Circa. I got some key college football matchups for you right here.
Oh, wow.
I got
Jackson Burkett.
So you got Mizzou taking on Murray State. Mizzou is minus 47.5. Let's move on to Clemson versus Georgia. That game's in Atlanta.
11 o'clock kickoff.
You get Georgia minus 13 with an over-under at 48.5. Penn State going to West Virginia in Morgantown. Penn State is an 8-point favorite.
Doug, you love West Virginia in that one.
I do.
Florida starts the hardest schedule in all of college football with Miami, a.k.a. the U, at Florida in Gainesville. Miami is a 2.5-point favorite. Then you get Notre Dame taking on Texas A&M.
Take the Gators.
College Station.
For Irish, minus 3.5?
Texas A&M minus 3.
A&M's minus 3.5.
Minus 3, Texas A&M. LSU taking on USC. That's a Sunday night game in Vegas. LSU is a 5-point favorite against Lincoln Riley and the Trojans. But my little play, something to maybe just consider, Oklahoma State's taking on South Dakota State. Oklahoma State's a 9.5-point favorite. I'm hammering the Cowboys. Hammering the Pokes.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a very big spread against a team that probably doesn't have much.
Ollie Gordon. Oklahoma State's returning the most starters from last year in all of college football. Oklahoma State minus 9.5. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
There you go. All right, we'll take a commercial break. Come back with our 9 o'clock hour. This closes out the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Next, TMA presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
John, it's time.
For what?
The kitchen. It was fine when we moved in, but that was when we were poor. Now it's falling apart.
Poor? Just because I didn't support your Zen Garden idea doesn't mean we're poor.
These quick fixes the previous owners did just to sell this place is not cutting it anymore.
Okay, let's go.
Where?
To Collier and Thompson. If we're gonna do it, it should be done the right way. And honestly, they've got everything we'll need, and I don't want to go to 6 or 7 different stores. What do you say? Babe?
John, they close at 5. You're wasting daylight.
This couple knows what they're doing. Collier & Thompson is first class, top-of-the-line products with high-quality work. If something goes wrong, my guy Matthew will go back and help out. Collier & Thompson remodels kitchens, bathrooms, man caves, office space, bars, wine rooms, even fireplace walls. Their 10,000-square-foot showroom with more than 20 kitchen displays is on Manchester Road in Baldwin, right next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Let Collier & Thompson bring your dream remodel to reality online at collierandthompson.com.
The choice of lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
This is the one. Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
Hustle and Heart Sports Performance is the one-stop shop for St. Louis area football-specific and athletic training located in O'Fallon, Missouri. Hustle and Heart utilizes the top trainers in St. Louis, led by its owner, 8-year NFL vet Pierre Desir. We have a 40-yard turf field, college-style weight room, red light sauna, and a state-of-the-art recovery room to service all of your athletes' needs. For more info, check out hustleandheartsportsperformance.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
This is wide receiver Luther Burden III. Come support NIL and get a quote from my friend James Carlton.
Thanks, Luther. That's right. For every quote you mention, Luther Burden III will make a donation to NIL on your behalf. Getting a quote is easy. Just go online at carltoninsurance.net. Call or text 314-961-4800. If you have drivers under the age of 25, if you're seeing rising rates, give us a call or text us 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Let's keep the momentum going.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Hi, this is Chris Pondoff from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who battled alcoholism and addiction for 20 plus years, I understand the dark places you can find yourself stuck in. Alcoholism and substance abuse takes a heavy toll on your body and your mind, but you can overcome it. Start your journey to recovery at the Illinois Recovery Center, a rehab treatment center that provides comprehensive and customized rehabilitation addiction treatment. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, please know that there is hope. Visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com today.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
Introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander and an image of all four TMA boys across the front. The Banty Brew, a refreshing ale made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. Head to any Salt and Smoke location today to try the TMA Banty Brew. Must be 21 or older to consume or purchase. See the can at TMASTL.com and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Brought to you by Charlottesville Brewery and Winery in St. Genevieve, Show Me Beverages, and Salt and Smoke. Find out more at TMASTL.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Now,
it's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After
on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
After we take care of the four nobodies, we had to call a station and put them on the potty. Then we go to UMass, you kidding me? Thanks for the win, you giving me for free. Next War Eagle coming to town. Thanks for the win, Hugh Freeze, you clown. You clown, you clown, you clown. Missile gonna fly this year. Cooking burning gonna leave you hurting. Missile gonna fly this year. 12 wins in the playoff is certain. Missile gonna fly this year.
Oh, they'll be playing this tonight, Doug.
I bet they won't. What if you were to play this and you won like 7 games?
The Lunatics?
Now we roll down a tide country, gonna kick your ass to put it bluntly.
Oh,
Next them
gosh.
super dogs coming to miss.
That's bulletin board material.
Yeah. Kellen DeBoer is going to play this.
Now we heading to SC. Gamecock down, we win again, G. Genji. Gotta be sunk, gotta be sunk. Missile gonna fly.
Oh.
Running, gonna leave you hurting.
We think we're pretty special, don't we?
12 wins in the playoff is certain.
Yep, it's certain. The number one seed overall.
Mizzou, you think they will be?
So then they would play, who's the 11 seed? The 11 seed got an upset.
So Joe Lenardi probably has that for you.
11 seed.
Charlotte 49ers.
Charlotte 49ers. Didn't they coach yesterday make an announcement that half the starters got hurt? Is that guy's name? Like,
half the starters got hurt in practice?
yeah, he did a press conference getting everybody ready for the season. He goes, I gotta be honest. We lost about 8 or 9 starters during practice.
Maybe your practice
I'm
overall.
not good at math, but it's about 50% of our starters.
There are some teams that barely hit each other in practice nowadays. And it's hard to argue against it.
Doug, what do you think about after the Murray State game tonight, they win and Drinkowitz puts this song on and starts dancing like the LSU mom?
I think that'd be a bad look.
Nice.
Especially the part about going down to Alabama and kicking their ass. I think it'd be a bad look. I want to hold off just a wee bit.
Fight Tiger.
Maybe if we run the table.
I think he'll just immediately turn on the Colonel's post-game show and start listening to the
chatting.
voicemails. That's exactly right. Jackson, I'm going to tell people about the Illinois Recovery Center. It's online at the IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Doug, you can call it the IRC if you want. I don't know. It's up to you. I don't know how pressed for time you are.
I know one of their gentlemen is suspended and has been multiple times lately.
Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team's here to support you. Discover the path to lasting recovery and renewal at Illinois Recovery Center, where compassionate support meets personalized care for your unique journey. Call 888-472-9559, or you can visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. That's IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. And I would like to tell our audience about 100 West Dental, Dr. Brandon Pryor. No phone call is needed to get in. Just check the calendar online at 100westdental.com for availability and book right then and there. And it's one of the very few dental offices that offer virtual consultations with the doctor. It's 100westdental.com, 100westdental.com. No dental insurance, that's not a problem. Their membership plan aids in the cost of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. Go to 100westdental.com, and if you are in the market for Invisalign, if you mention my name, you get $1,000 off an Invisalign package. If you're on the fence about Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that can show you a simulation of what it'll look like before you even go through with it. 100westdental.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Ow! Oscar Robertson,
Big O.
Pee-wee Reese, Jacques Plant, Harry Lumley, Tim McKernan.
Oh, gosh.
What do they have in common? All great athletes. But after today's show, Tim showed something else. They are all number one. But this email is about life and how easy it is to judge. Take my buddy Butchie, for instance. A lot of people judge him because of all of his sexual discretions with my other buddies' dads. But it's important to know how Butchie got his start. Butchie was once in love with a girl, Marianne, and she was gorgeous. Butchie finally worked up the nerve to ask her out, but she had to ask her father first. So he met him. You seem like a good guy, Butchie. You got a nice job at Noggles.
Right there by St. Louis U, that one?
That was where he was. Yeah. And you've got good grades. But I want the very best for my daughter, so I've got to see what kind of kisser you are.
Oh.
Next thing you know, Butchie was playing an admiral for the Royal Mounted Police and committing assault with a friendly weapon. Doug, that's from Eden, and then the last name is Az.
Eden A's. Eden A's.
Close to the chest, close to the vest. I always thought it was close to the test, as in swollen testes being supported by a tight jockstrap. I guess it's like tomato, tomato. Speaking of tests, with all the chatter about IQ tests, I've whipped up a few questions to whet your appetites. I'm your proctor. Please address me as Teach or Mr. Big Boy. Question 1, fill in the blank. Fire is to flame as TMA is to I'm sorry. We were looking for comically bad radio show broadcasting from a janitor's closet that probably smells like a sweaty dude butt. Question 2, hot dog is to ballpark Frank as Tim McKernan is to. Okay, that was an easy one. We, of course, were looking for infallible broadcast hero. We would have also accepted handsome hunk, Mr. Perfect, or simply hubba hubba. Woo doggies, that guy's hotter than a firecracker. And finally, question 3, what belongs in my mouth? The answer is Jackson, Iggy, and KG at the same time, but they all have to make eye contact with each other or it doesn't count.
No.
That gets from the JV golf coach.
Bad. JV golf coach.
That's our, I mean, he's trying, he needs to win today.
Vile.
Father once told me a story about the first time he encountered Orson Wacko and Mr. Licks. He was looking to purchase and knock down a bowling arcade to turn into a parking lot. As chance would have it, the day he went to look at the venue, there was a poor personal auction taking place, and that's where Dad spotted them. Orson Wacko and Mr. Licks arguing over splitting an $8 bar bill in the Broom Closet Saloon, trying to impress people who just blew their paychecks in 50-50 tickets. As one does, Dad befriended them, and somewhere between her mediocre anecdotes about college football and swooning over their daughter's boyfriends, they casually dropped into conversation that they're both, quote, in finance. Naturally, Dad perked up, thinking maybe there's someone halfway interesting in this crowd after all. But then they said it. Yeah, we work at H&R Block. Busy season just passed, so we're blowing off steam at this electric factory. Dad says he could barely contain laughter as he realized that in their world, helping middle-aged suburbanites in Wentzville line cooks file their taxes was akin to being Wall Street big shots. And the way they said it with such pride, like they were truly in the financial world, making big moves. It's almost cute, really. Like a couple puppies trying to bark like a big dog. Anyway, nothing creepy at all about you breaking down the romantic storylines of Jackson and his 18-year friends that are 39 years your junior putts. No. Whittlebean, anyone got an internship for me? Mom was supposed to get me a job, but she's comatose on diet pills and white wine.
Welcome back, Whittlebean.
Was that Whittlebean?
Whittlebean got it.
Whittlebean.
And finally, I graduated from Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, and saw Roethlisberger play in college. Despite the football program being relevant in decades, Miami has long been known as the cradle of coaches, and that legacy continues to this day as the following football coaches got their start at Miami: Paul Brown, Woody Hayes, Bo Schembechler, Larry Smith, John Harbaugh, and Sean McVay. Ours is the type of presentation where lonely audio engineers who like the sound of their own voice feel free to drop in at any time to humble brag about getting fitted for a driver and stumble through firing a series of shots that culminates with him begging for a job. Up next, we have a proud father who is pimping his sorority daughter out for an IQ test challenge with a broke old pervert who spends his spare time masturbating and perpetually trying to earn a make-believe Batwing 8 golf club playing a video game against a bot named Gigi Oak Forest. This email is sponsored by Boston Market. Pretty much all their locations, including the one in Richmond Heights next to the Esquire, have been closed for years. But that doesn't matter because the glory hole still gets plenty of action. Girls have taints, boys have chodes. Buck Swope.
Oh, gosh, Buck. Buck Swope. Nice little email.
That's what we have for the design, air heating, and cooling email today. Doug, what do you have?
Well, I thought there were 3 pretty good ones. One extremely vile. Just because I sometimes enjoy his ability to turn a phrase, I'm going to go with Eaton Oz. Kevin Miller.
You know what? It's between 2. And it's good to have Whittlebean back.
Yeah,
it was very good.
He's old money, man.
Oh, you can tell just by the name.
I was really excited to hear that Butchie actually had a girlfriend at some point. It wasn't just all ass play. I'm going to go with Kevin Miller.
Wow, Whittlebean comes up short to Eden Ass. Yeah. And Kevin Miller now says, how do you do, Buck Swope? I'm not done yet. And Kevin Miller with a win tomorrow can force a post-Labor Day sudden death playoff on Tuesday. You horse plowing me?
Wouldn't that be exciting?
Man, maybe we would come in on Monday.
I would, just for the email. we'd suffer through the first 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
just for the email.
Just for the email. Well, there it is. Kevin Miller is still alive. Buck Swope has not clinched just yet. Time for us to shut it down, though. Jackson and I are going to go deal with it down the hallway, and they're going to be on a high after that win last night. Nolan Arenado, it's walk-off season around these parts.
Yeah, here we come. Here come the Redbirds.
The Cardinals are coming, tra-la, tra-la. The Cardinals are coming, tra-la, tra-la.
Another big crowd expected this afternoon.
Have fun today.
You going?
I've been offered tickets again. I don't think I can go.
Oh, can go. It's interesting.
I saw there was some tickets online for $0.
$0. Now you got to deal with the service fees.
Yeah.
You got to go hang out with Young Gravy?
Oh, yeah, why'd you?
I don't know him, so no, I won't hang out with him. I don't know that I don't think I can go.
Well, there's another promotion today. Everybody at the ballpark is guaranteed a foul ball.
Pretty much.
I wonder what they will have there. It looked like it was a larger crowd last night, didn't it? Or am I off on that?
It seemed pretty small to me.
I mean, but larger than the night before. Hell, I don't know. Either way, we got a balloon party coming up. On 101 ESPN, switch the YouTube chat over there, and you can talk it over with the Boston Market ad bot and Don Peepy, along with I Hate Paper Straws and Eric Nickens and the guy that goes after Jackson. What's that guy's name?
Dan Jansen.
Dan Jansen. All right, time for us to shut it down. For Jackson, Bennett, Burkett, Chairman Kurt, Kenneth Iggy Strode, my brother Kevin, and Douglas Sullivan, Vaughn, and Tim McKernan. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown and Krubin.
Man, TMA likes to talk about golf.
The guy had